crunchy. Stays crunchy. Milk.
I don't call the song "Watch the Party Die" or "The Day the Party Died" as they give the title to it on Genius. I still currently will always refer to the song, no matter what. I don't care if Kendrick calls it something different, as Black Air Force Ones.
Yeah, I stand by that too. That's the first image we saw, and if you know that Black Air Force Ones are for the ruthless and unlawful, so it just makes sense.
It's the mash outs. You know what I'm saying?
you see Black Air Force Ones step on the scene. You A, go home. B, be ready for something. Like that's how it works.
Hey, I want to talk about the song, but the couple who, so that image is actually an eBay image, random eBay image.
Mm-hmm.
And then the couple who was selling those shoes is a white couple in Arkansas, and was just asking for I think they was asking for $70, not even.
Yeah, I was off the top of my head. I was thinking it's like $75 or something like that.
Yeah, and then there's like, oh shit, this is like music history now. Mm-hmm. They because it had sold, but they canceled the sale. Mm-hmm. It was also kind of shitty when you think about it. And then went ahead to try and attempted to auction them, and I don't know if the auction will work in their favor. One hopes it does.
Yeah, I'm curious about the auction, and they're like, there's an option to like buy now for like 100,000 or some shit.
Yeah,
I was like, you guys are wilding.
Hey, I mean, because
but if someone goes for it,
yeah,
get paid.
You know, it's only too much if you can't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Right, the next man might like that's me. I need that, so I can't even be mad about it. But I just like 616 in LA. It's like this has now become one of my favorite Kendrick songs ever. That is not available anywhere, yes, you can go. People are posted on YouTube, sure.
Yeah,
I want it readily available via a music service that I depend on, not on Instagram. Like I just had, you know what I'm saying? I switched tabs.
Quality ain't right. Like it's
I switched tabs and the music stopped. It's like, no, bro, that's not what we doing here. Mm-hmm. And I have gone now. I'm a dude who watches people talk about things on the internet. I love watching reaction content on YouTube. It's what it's one of the things I enjoy. And so I've been watching people react to this song, and in my opinion, sometimes getting it wrong, sometimes getting it right. But I've been wanting to talk about it to someone, and here you are, my homeboy, who I talk this talk with. And I figure we discuss some Black Air Force Ones. I can't. They say Soundwave and Jack Antonoff did this one as well. Who else they got on this production? Pasquet and Anka Trio Plus One. I don't know who these people are. That's the producers that Genius has listed on them. But I fuck with it, Jack Antonoff and Soundwave, who of course did 616 in LA, and which again I told you is like my favorite. So it's like I like the idea that Jack Antonoff could be producing hip hop joints,
right? And that so far, like the quality's been on point. Yeah, it's not like he's trying to do a version of what hip hop is interpreted as. You know, it's like he's putting a spin. It's got a style, and it's like, you know what, the shit is kind of working. Yeah.
And plus, my man, like I said, slid on this track, boy. It's kind of lightweight dumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's the thing. Like I said, I've heard some people saying, "Oh, it's boring. It's whatever." I'm like, we are listening to two different things. They want it more not like us. And not that I wouldn't take some more not like us. Fuck yeah, mustard on the beat, hoe. But this
hits like Meet the Grams, where it's just like, this is more of an experience than it is a movement.
Yes.
You know, like this is a different feel. It's got a little bit of like a somber tone to it. It's got darker corners to it. And it really just is like it's not a party jam. He's also not freeing the slaves in this one either. He's just like, listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and here it is. And you can listen to me or you cannot listen to me. That's really up to you. You know, like it's just someone like he's just giving you information. But also, like, I don't know where to go with this track. And what I mean by that is, like, I think this is gonna continue to be, as Kendrick does, layers on layers on layers, where it's like It's like how we just found out who the fucking mole was. Like just like 2 weeks ago, where it was like it was there the whole time. He fucking has a song. Like, god damn it, you know?
So only reason I can argue down about the mole being Mike Zombie is because Marissa Mendez, who used to work at Hot 97, used to intern at Hot 97 back in the day. She might have actually worked there at one point. Super tight with Zombie. Like they were roommates for a while. And she stated straight up, she goes, Zombie ain't fuck with Kendrick in years because Kendrick ain't fuck with Zombie in years. They have no relationship anymore.
Okay.
So she's like, he ain't nobody's mole trust. And I'm like, fair enough, Miss Mendez. I trust you on that.
And whether that is true or not, the point I'm trying to make is we are still deciphering. Like fucking Kendrick Lamar is the Davinci Code of rap right now. Yes. You know, where it's like people are getting their little devices and twisting them and fucking man, we're gonna be breaking down like
6 minutes into the show, and Chaufie came with a sidebar with the Davinci Code of rap.
But it's like you know, this sort of arc of tracks could honestly be like I can see down the road where it's like understanding the layers of writing and being part of like a college curriculum or even a high school curriculum where it's like this isn't just linear stringing words together. This is layers upon layers. This is depth. This is interpretation. This is triple double. All the combinations of entendre. Like it's so this track really fucking blows my mind because I'm like, is he saying this or is he saying that? Like it's really fucking with my head in a lot of ways because it's like sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, is this still a Drake diss track? Is it a culture track? Like, hey, you guys kind of fucking got to get it together over here. Is it a, you know what? Like we already went where we need to go. So I'm about to put this conversation to rest. Yeah. Or as a lot of people are saying too, is this a fucking commentary on Diddy? The fact that it's 5 minutes, 4 seconds long. Is it noting that that's the area code for New Orleans? Like it's a lot, dude. It's crazy.
So oftentimes dorks like you and I will baby about that this man is a Pulitzer Prize winner. And we'll say it kind of like because our dude is super dope.
Yeah.
But then when you get to something like this, and you're like, yeah, he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. Oh, fuck. That's for a reason. It is because his work is art that needs that becomes even better with interpretation.
Yes. Because I mean, this is truly like, and people might say, yeah, it's too soon, whatever. But it's like when you think of like, or at least I'm gonna speak on my experience, like going through my college courses and learning about like the true poets, you know, and going through like Byron and all that stuff, you know, and like learning about like, you know, was it the Tiger burning bright, something like that, whatever. Like you can take things for face value, or you can really learn like, oh, that's actually a commentary on, you know, the current government at the time or whatever it is, like that this represents that. And it's like, I just really need this dude to sit down and not do a concert and just do like in the room, let's dissect your music, because what is happening in this guy's head? Like, I can't imagine. And then like, when you hear the things of like, oh, he told this, you know, audio engineer be on standby because when I call you, we're going.
Yeah.
And then he's writing in real time. Like this isn't like, well, I've been crafting this for about 2 years now. Like when you think about people writing books and there's multiple revisions, he's just like, okay, watch.
Like, there's a part of the song that I think has something to do with something else that people aren't mentioning. We'll get to it. We're gonna walk through it. In fact, let's begin just walking through it. I actually did these lyrics a couple weeks back, so this is like kind of repeat in that regard. You'll still get your lyrics, worry not, people. But this is, I think it's time to watch the party die. This shit done got too wicked to apologize. I'm gonna stop right there. I feel like right there, in my opinion, he's saying that is a reference back to the beef and to this whole Lil Wayne not getting the Super Bowl and so forth and so on. It's like it has gotten too bad. Like there's no me saying I'm sorry for any of this shit at this point. Because it's like what could have been, because I told you This could be. He told you it could just be fun. It could just be singing and a good time on Euphoria, and motherfuckers took it places, and then it got too wicked.
But he said it. He said it. Like, okay, that's something you don't want to do.
You take it there. I'm taking it further. So that one doesn't even need dissection. He literally told you to your face, if you take it there, I will take it further.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something you want to do. And then the end result is you get, you shouldn't have did that. Yeah. So like right there, I feel like that's what he's saying. He like motherfuckers took it too far. It's too wicked now. It's got too bad. It's different. Get him whacked and disqualified. I mean, that's the whole, mob reference, whacked, disqualified. I'm saying.
Yeah.
We even kill the killers because they like taking innocent lives. Burn the whole village. We start over. It's really that time. It's like you're sick of hearing rappers rap, because I'm going to say this is about hip hop. You're sick of hearing about rappers rapping about murdering this, that, and the third, and so forth and so on. It's just tiresome at this point. And I don't really listen to too much hip hop that is on some old gangster like in that regard any longer. I'm too old for it.
Yeah.
Too many people get killed in real life. I don't need that shit in my music. I just don't.
Yeah.
Burn the whole village. We start over. It's really that time. Same. That's exactly what he's saying. Like, I feel like he's telling us straight up and down. We got to get past that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just.
And that's where I said too, like earlier. But is this also a commentary on the rap community, the hip hop culture?
Overall,
what's homegirl's name? She just came out with an amazing album. I told you would love it. Alligator Bites.
Yeah.
I gotta Google this because the album is fucking brilliant. Is it Alligator Bites? Is that the name of it? I know I'm fucking myself up here now. Son of a bitch.
I'm just scrolling in our text because I know you put it in the group. So
you think of the name, or you look for the name as I say what I'm going to say. Yeah. We're hungry for like true hip hop. We're hungry for the diversity, and right now it's like rap in terms of like the greater accessible popular music. It's just versions of itself, faster or slower, high pitched or less. And it's like it's not providing anything anymore. It's almost like it's the point in time when I stopped listening to rap, which was the puffy sort of Biggie era. The vanity rap really, really turned me off. I was not with it. I was just like, this shit is like boring. It's not authentic. It really doesn't have a lot of substance. This is not a knock on Biggie at all. Love Biggie. I feel like he's different. It's when we just started now getting copycats because it became make money, not make art, or not expression. And so it's like, it's time to burn it down again. And we did. That's when we saw the ashes of that arise, the Das Racists, Action Bronsons, the Rock Marcianos. We started seeing all these young guys come up and fucking just do new shit. That's where you started to see fucking Co-Flow come through, where it was just like, it's like a phoenix. It's got to burn down and it's got to rise from its ashes. It's going to get too big again. It's going to burn down, reset, restart, Yeah.
So Alligator Bites Never Heal by Doechii. Doechii's the artist.
Doechii. Fucking Doechii album is crazy. Did you ever listen to it?
I did listen to it. Was not super hype off of it on the first listen, but I wasn't super hype off of the goddamn song that started this whole beef to begin with. Well, not really. The second song.
Like that?
Like that. I wasn't on like that on first listen, on first blush. So sometimes it takes me multiple listens to get down to it. Doechii's beats is insane. Doechii's and Doechii raps like rare women do, and it's not like a woman man thing, but I just want to give her props.
She hits different like walls of sound, whereas like she's not trying to do Megan's thing, she's not trying to do Cardi's thing, not to compare them that they're the same, but she's like, no, I'm just gonna work on spitting. I'm also gonna do some weirdo shit in here too, but she's taking risks, she's taking chances. That's again another new sort of angle to take.
Yeah. Where we at? Why reason with these niggas if they can't see the future first? Why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Just walk that man down. That'll do everyone a solid. It's love, but tough love sometimes got to result in violence. If you parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the graveyard is company. Just tell us what casket to choose. They party more than bitches. Tell me, what are you working for? They glorify scamming. You get chipped over this credit card. I'm not joking when I say no one else seems to have mentioned this. I feel like right then and there, especially in the time this came out, he was referring right back to that dang the Chase Bank scheme that people were talking about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You get chipped over this credit card, about how the internet basically told people, go, it's a glitch, go steal you some money.
Yeah, it's not a glitch. The fuck is wrong with you people?
Wasn't a glitch. It also turns out most of the videos probably were fake. Yeah. People were like doing close up of that video because, of course, we shoot things in 4K on our phones, and that shit, that money that they was playing with in that one video definitely said for movie use or whatever. Yeah. So it's like,
but it's like that's where you get the sort of the blur between the reality and like the social media. Like you're getting a fucking okie doke, and you got to recognize that you are, because off top, like when you're talking about like the Chase scam, it was like people are pulling out stacks and stacks of money. You can't do that. You actually have to go into the banks, Chase Bank's ATM, to pull out more, like thousands. You have to go in, and there's a special ATM inside to get that. Outside, you can't pull that. Like, and you have a certain limit in a day. So I'm like, nah, this, like, number one, this is like a historical thing. You're just committing fraud. Like, what the fuck are you thinking about? Two, you can't pull out that much money. Like, very simple Googling, people. I say it like on pretty much every podcast I've been on for the last couple of years. Just Google. Basically, you will figure it out very fast. But you're getting played. For sure.
But like I said, it also, this goes back to us talking about how he's been so quick to get stuff written and produced and so forth. I think he's right now in a artistic mode, in a time where he's like, I need to be writing. I need to get some stuff out there.
He's fluid right now. He's flowing big time.
Yeah. And so, again, if you go back to the Graveyard is Company, you just tell us where I'm saying, if you parade in gluttony without giving truth to the youth, the Graveyard is Company, just tell us what casket to choose. Again, that reflects back on just kind of like I said, a place where we are in hip hop, where a lot of it is just gun talk and rappers dying left and right and being taken from us left and right. And I think, I truly feel he and a lot of us are just sick of that shit.
Yeah.
And I think he's laying that shit clue. This part, influencers talk down because I'm not with the basic shit, but they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never dick ride because I want a favor. The man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? The ones that lost it all and learned to learn from that. A thirst for life. Head inside a book because he's concerned with that. Information. That'll change his life because he yearns for that. Dedication. Finding out what's right because he can earn from that. I don't know. It seems relatively clear to me, man. It's like he don't fuck with the academics of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I mean, was clear when he said, you know what I'm saying, on 616 in LA, even ACLA can compromise.
Yeah. But it really goes to show, like, even recently where we have, like, beyond academics, you have all these other people just basically, like, riding the coattails of artists by just providing commentary and just basically stirring the pot when they're not even involved in it. Like homeboy, what's the fucking dude's name? The guy who was like, oh, I'll go to LA, like they ain't gonna fuck with me.
And Alex, whatever his name is. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And then I had to like pull that shit back real quick because it's like, oh no, like LA's big. And if you didn't learn in the pop out, we may be diverse and neighborhoods may beef, but we will unify and you will die. Straight up. So when he was like, yeah, I was tripping, like, we're good.
in this case, the song, I think Kendrick in this case was talking directly to Mal from Rory and Mal podcast, who just be on Drake's dick all the time. It's insane. And it's like, okay, Goofy, you gotta your job is commenting on what I do and what I do well, and you couldn't do if you chose to. So I think not even disses. That's the point. People will say he dissing. No, he is not dissing.
No,
he is simply telling these people about themselves.
Yes, he is stating. That's what I'm saying. Like the way that this is presented is like those tracks that were directly towards Drake, you can tell. Like there was an intensity that was like, oh no, you're about to get it. This is just like, listen, gather around. I'm just gonna say some things.
Exactly what it is.
You know, like it's just all right, you want to hear me? Because it's like when you listen, it's like when you listen to like your seniors, you know, and they're just like, hey, I'm gonna put you on some game right now. Now, you can listen to me, you cannot listen to me. Whatever you choose to do, that's on you. I'm just gonna let you know. Here it is. Take it for what it's worth. And that's where he took it.
I feel for the women that deal with the clown and nerd shit. I can't believe them. Today they ain't really got much to work. Can't blame them. Today they ain't got much to work with. How many bitches harder than a lot of you niggas would trade all y'all for nip? I can't be proud of y'all niggas. Let that one just let you know what's up.
And it's pretty literal. You know,
yeah. Women are spitting hot fire and coming into this industry now in this game. It's not that he wishes men could rap like women do. He just wish he knows women are coming in here way more creative than men have been in some time.
Yeah,
men are just parroting other men at this point, whereas women seem to be coming into this doing the damn thing and doing it their own way
because they're taking risks.
Yes.
It goes back to the Doechii thing. It's like they're owning themselves, like their bodies, their femininity, their ideologies. They're not. When I say what I'm going to say next is not a knock to the female rappers of the 90s and the 2000s, you know, like, but they were rapping like how the guys were rapping.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like, oh, everyone raps like this, me too. You know, so very few had their own style, whereas they're just like, oh no, I'm not trying to be Migos. I'm not trying to be Future. This is what I sound like, and so this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
that's big.
It's mage, because it's also necessary. Otherwise, it gets stale.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we got going lately has been stale, which is why a lot of hip hop hasn't been selling like it had been. It does well, and people find their niche, and they do fine within it. But remember, for a while there, we literally moved the earth.
Yeah.
And so it's just got to be whatever. The chorus, I bang with this one a lot. This is God, give me life, dear God. Please give me peace. Dear God, please keep these lame niggas away from me. Dear God, keep me shining. The fuck do they really think? Pocket watching, you must be the police. God bless these words. Dear God, bless how I think. Dear God, draw the line. They trying to confuse them with me. Dear God, please forgive me. You knowing how hard I try. I think it's time for me to watch the party die. Send them home. We gonna watch the party die. And Kendrick is a churchy dude, and that's going back to from. I can only go back to Section 80, but going all the way back to Section 80, I know some people, are overly dedicated and so forth, and they'll know more than I, but Section 80 is where I start my time with Kendrick at, so that's where I can go back to, and it's like, always been a man of faith. And it's always seemed a bit, honestly, conflicted.
Yeah.
And which is what we get a lot of in the next, and it's in the next verse, the next episode, it's the third verse we get that in, but I think it's time to watch the party die. Street niggas and the corporate guys. The rappers that report the lies. Joe Budden. It's not a diss to, again, remember, we're not dissing, we're calling people in. And say, let me have some words. The rappers that report the lies. I need they families mortified. We can do life without them. Get their bodies organized. Tell me if you oblige. Normal pillow talking, jumpstart neighborhood wars, dirty macking bitches because your spirit is insecure. That flashy nigga with nasty decisions using money as backbone. I want his head cracked before he's back home. The radio personality pushing propaganda for salary. Let me know when they turn up as a casualty. I want agony, assault, and battery. I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Let's kill the followers that follow up on Pop and Molly's from the obvious degenerates. They fail to acknowledge the hope that we trying to spread. I'm not his vote. When you need to bring his, then you need to bring his fucking head or film that shit in high res. He truly wants the bullshit gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring me his fucking head or show me that shit in high res is bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
To rap that, to flow with that. That's some shit you'll see. I know it seems dorkish, but that's some shit you see written in a book. That's a passage in a book.
Because that's a true visual.
Yeah.
Like you can see this. Like this easily is the kernel that turns into a full-fledged movie. You know, it's the one line, the one piece, it's the one component that someone flips into something else.
Yeah.
What I also find like in this passage as well is that like it also shows that he's come, like he's not a new kid. He's not a completely digital kid. You know, like he's not our age. He's younger than us. He is a different generation, but he grew up in that time where it's going to fall into the sort of toxic masculinity, machismo, but it's like, don't speak on other men. You know, my business, and I'll deal with my people as I see fit. But now the profit and propaganda on speaking on other people is greater than the art or the conversation itself. And so a lot of these narratives that we're hearing in this conversation or in others, and I mean, we're literally talking about it too, but we're more just deconstructing it. It's the perpetuation of like, this means that, go fight. He's dissing you, and it's like, I don't really see that, you know, like, but that's what's getting your Joe Buddens and your academics subscribership. That's what's like keeping them afloat, is speaking on other people, not creating they're not creating original content. They're just regurgitating, and it's very Trumpish, you know, like he knows his base. So he's going to speak to his base in the way in which they get enraged. And it's like, cut that shit out. You know, this is where we used to hear from, like, again, our seniors who would be like, you're too grown for this. You need to stop. Yeah. Joe Budden, you are too grown.
You know, I have watched some of Joe's discussions, and he seems to be speaking from a more elder statesman position as of late.
Well, I was about to say, if you listen to the now defunct Lil Yachty podcast, the episode with him is really, really good, because old, or should I say, early Joe Budden would have argued and fought him, because Yachty was really like, he was fucking poking at him. He was playing audio clips, and Joe was like, you know what? Hey, like, I think I might have messaged you guys where I'm like, man, I don't know what's up with the world where I'm kind of like understanding Joe Budden and where he is, but he's maturing, you know, and he is like, hey, I'm not that dude anymore, you know? Like he talked about how like the whole Drake incident where like the fans were going to his house and stuff like that. And so it's just like, okay, you know, we can all grow. And I think that's something we need to keep in mind too. And I think that's where Kendrick goes with this as well, is like, let's fucking hit restart. We need a refresh. Let's move on from this. Let's not continue to dwell on this.
Yeah. So of course, next verse, of course, you get the chorus again. You're saying, which of course is just Kendrick in the midst of what I would say is in the midst of prayer. And the third verse begins. Sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do. Fuck these niggas up or show them what prayer do. I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will. And then all you get is beat. Whatever he said there, if he said something there, because maybe he didn't, but if he said something there, and I'm going to assume he did, he thought it was too bad or too wild to leave in the song. But Lecrae and D1 are both Christian rappers.
Yeah.
Again, he just like said, he comes off that chorus in a prayerful position. Dear God, please forgive me. You know how hard I tried. And then he asked the question, sometimes I wonder what Lecrae would do.
Yeah.
Would he fuck these niggas up or show them what prayer do?
Yeah.
I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1, but I will. And I don't know what people have been like, what do you think he said there? I'm like, I don't even want to guess.
Yeah.
Because whatever it is, it was enough for him to be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. And it really shows an example of like, listen, I got to self-censor, like as we all should. If I'm telling you to fucking chill, I need to chill. There it is. Now, let me tell you, when Lecrae is a very like small pocket in terms of the grand scheme of the hip hop community. Yeah. And the only reason I know about Lecrae is rest in peace to Gabe Patillo of Married to the Games, who, would tour with was it Toby Mac? You know, he was in that portion of the industry. Yeah. And so he talked about Lecrae and mentioned he was like a Christian hip hop artist. So that's the only way I ever knew. So to have this sort of come full circle where if there was a fucking bingo card that said Kendrick mentions Lecrae, I'd be like, no, they are not in the same fucking world. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And then when he mentions him, 2-3 times? I was like, yeah, like what? Like it was something that really, really floored me because I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
You know, when he in his previous songs where he's mentioning fucking 2 Chainz and like I think he mentions Cardi or whoever else, like mentioning Yachty, like yeah, those are the bigger names. They're the names we know. Nobody knows Lecrae, and so then you got to Google Lecrae, and then you have Lecrae come out and say like, yeah, we actually communicate, and he mentioned doing an album. I didn't diss him. I just didn't follow through because I didn't want people to think I was doing it for the clout.
Yeah.
So he's really showing like he's more of a man of his character. Like, this is what I stand by. And so it's like it got us Googling. It got us looking into like, who the fuck is this guy? And
possibly
blew my mind.
And possibly if you was like, and you might have gave Lecrae a listen, might have changed you change your thought process on what hip hop can be.
Mm-hmm.
But without a doubt, introduce Lecrae into a whole new audience who may not have known Lecrae's or D1's work.
Because when I first heard Gabe mention Lecrae, I was like, okay, let me see what Lecrae is like, and I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I see what you're doing over here. So, like I said, just to have that come around, I was not prepared, like at all.
It's time to get these devils out the way. Heavy metal's on my sword, although he did say sword, and that's one of my pet peeves. I hate when people say sword instead of sword. We settle hard disputes today. The ghetto Hollywood divorce. Say hello to your future fate. The culture bred with carnivores. You let them snack, they eat your face. The signatures is being forged. Fuck. They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop. The more visible you get, the more your spiritual is tried. It's cynical to say I know these artists petrified. The end results in jail by Jezebel or drugged up full of lies. Critical, I know my physical is tested all the time. I'm pitiful, sunk in place soon as I question in my pride. I'm seeing ghosts blacking out, relapsing one thought at a time. I spare no feelings that ain't mine. I'm in my feelings when I slide. I mean, a nigga wonder what Lecrae would do. Terrace Martin said I'm mentally with layers. True. I flood the market with my best regards. I paid your dues. And it's so it's up. If you ain't one of ours, it's bad news. My nigga Jay Estrada said I gotta burn it down to build it up. That confirmation real as fuck. It ain't too many real as us. Locking in on what I trust, looking outside. The kids live tomorrow because today the party just died.
Come on, man. Come on. Like,
the ghetto Hollywood divorce, meaning, of course, Hollywood, making movies of the hood and hood music and so forth and so on. the time has come to separate, I guess, from that. You know what I mean? Saying,
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm picking up your feeling, putting down the culture, as in hip hop culture, has been bred with carnivores. And if you let them snack, they'll eat your face.
Yeah.
Them signatures is being forged. It's all telling you about the faux nature of this all. You know what I'm saying? The falseness of everybody ain't gangsters is rapping about being gangsters.
Yeah, not everyone's gangsters rapping about being gangsters, and at the same the same note too, it's what I was talking about before. The people pushing the narrative aren't even in the story. They're just like, so it's like you don't have anything authentic. You're not a part of this. You're not even a thought in the whole dialogue. You're just trying to, like he said, they're just there to just eat. They're there to eat, to devour, like fucking vultures. They're just gonna peck at the corpse.
Yeah. Oh man. That confirmation real as fucking ain't too many real as us looking into what I trust looking outside. The kids live tomorrow because the day the party died. And if basically in my opinion, he's saying, I'm saying, if I can wrap up the bullshit, then tomorrow's rappers, tomorrow's hip hop artists, tomorrow's whatever will hopefully be in a better position and could maybe not have to be made to rap about and then be involved with, because it feels like if you rap about, then all of a sudden you have to become a part of it.
Yeah.
If you're rapping about gangster, well, I guess you a gangster, so here's some gangster shit.
Yeah.
Which is how we lose, how we lose, like, you know what I'm saying, Takeoff and my man who got killed there at Roscoe's and so forth, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you that's where you lose your was it PNB Rock, you lose your Young Dolphs, like people who were big in the community or crucial to the community, they're gone, and they're gone over dumb shit. But it also shows too that like Kendrick's playing a long game.
Yeah.
And it has always played a long game. And still understands how this all works. Like, having a son who is more tapped into like the underground or the up and coming. They're not rapping about this shit right now. Yeah. They're not. They're more on the like emotional or expressive. They are experimental. Like these fuckers, I mean, it's just like one that's kind of gaining more success and more popularity is like Xavier So Based. My son's been listening to him for a very long time. And it took me a while to figure out what was happening. And it was like, superficially, I was like, I don't get it. It's repetition. It's this, it's that. And then he's like, no, like, listen. And he had to point me in the right direction, or I was like, now I fucking get it, So it's like, it goes to what you're saying is like, yeah, this shit's got to stop, because like we got to pivot in a different direction. Also, we got to let these young ones, like, we got to let them through the door, because this landscape needs to change. Yeah. Like, I'm too old to fight, like, like that's not me anymore. Like, and when I think about a lot, which is also interesting too, like, I know I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent, but this is the first time you and I and a lot of people our age are seeing rappers continue into their 40s, continue past their 30s. This shit was like, you were 32, you were old in rap. And now it's like, now you got guys like into their 40s now, and they're going strong. And it's like, but you got to shift, like, I don't want to hear Danny Brown rap about Adderall anymore. Like, I know that was his thing, but now he's shifting it into his mental headspace or where, there's other things, because we grew too. It's corny when you still kind of live in that same world. And it's like, listen, you haven't been on the block in decades. Just, you live in fucking Carlsbad. You got a real big house. Like, you don't even have a stoop. What are you talking about? Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Just stop.
that is what I like to call Black Air Force Ones. Everybody else calls the party dot.
Yeah.
I again absolutely love the song. I was literally driving around playing it in the car today, which is weird to do when you're playing music off of Instagram. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, and then when you're supposed to sleep and you can't hear anything anymore, bullshit. But I do want to add in. Okay, so I bought the vinyl, that bootleg vinyl that's Drake versus Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And number one, I want to say I know that album, without knowing who it is, definitely was a Drake fan because it's described as being in sequential order, but the order is all Drake before Kendrick. So I'm like, and then at the same time, it's Drake versus Kendrick, where I was like, I think it was the other way. Like there's a lot. It's very Drake forward.
Yeah.
But like to go back to what you were saying, like to be able to hear these, the pressing is phenomenal. It's so warm.
Yeah.
And to hear 616, to hear Meet the Grams, not through an app, but like actually through my speakers, and like I said, like not having the fucking app go to sleep on you or a fucking ad pops up, but to just hear it play, it's like it's on point, So I hope we get an opportunity to hear this like in a better format. I also I hope that if and when this new album comes, I hope that none of these songs are on there.
Same.
Like, I need something fresh.
Yep. I don't think they need to be pressed up at all. They've done what they're going to do. He'll probably win a Grammy for Not Like Us. He should, in fact, win a Grammy for Euphoria. But that's not how this will play out. And that's okay, too.
Except for one song, and that's the one that's at the beginning of the Not Like Us video. We all want that song.
I'm going native. I'm a stargazer.
God damn it, that fucking beat is hard. Like,
yeah, I need that.
So good. So good.
All right, let me give you some other flows. These have nothing to do with anything. I'm saying whole different lyrics that have nothing to do with anything. We'll introduce the show and let's get to it. It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail. The mic is contacted. I attract clientele. My mic check is life or death, breathing a sniper's breath. I exhale the yellow smoke of Buddha through righteous steps, deep like the shining, sparkle like a diamond, sneak a Uzi on the island, and my army jacket liner hit the earth like a comet. Invasion. Nas is like an Afrocentric Asian, half man, half amazing. Cause in my physical, I can't express too strong. Delete stress like Mo Trend and extend strong. I drink my wet with Medusa, give us shotguns at hell from the spliff that I lift and inhale. It ain't hard to tell. Welcome to it. It's episode 553, and give it up one time for the plumbers and pipe fitters. I am your host, Dennis Taylor, 713. Not joined as always by our best friends at the 216 Zone Tatum or the eBay Emperor himself, Lushbox 2099, because they are both out this week. But of course, we are joined by, and if you're watching the show, you can see at the bottom of the screen, West Coast podcast legend. One time for the one time. It's my homeboy, Chaufie. Welcome to it, good sir. What's the word?
My Utz style baby shirt. Got some fangs on it. Here we go. We are fucking tight. Man, thank you for having me on. I needed some redemption from that last episode I was on, which was fucking abysmal. Like, I felt bad. I mean, I really, really was like, that gave me like 2 weeks of anxiety after, because I was like, I can't believe I allowed that to happen. Like, I was upset with myself. I was upset with the universe. I was upset with everything.
Your internet was being a butt, and Dan's stepmom laughed at the show because she thought it sounded funny, because she thought it sounded like he was farting. What better than that, bro? Take the positives from it. Take the positives.
It was terrible, man. I was like, what the fuck? I was so upset. I couldn't handle at all. But yeah, man, I'm super stoked to be on today, especially with the I just wanted to dispel some myths that were presented on the last episode. Because allegedly Delvin is the fucking comedy of Cadillac on Mars, and I'm about to talk shit to him on Monday because this fucker don't say more than 4 words in the fucking episode. And then you have the goddamn nerve to do a Nas verse. This motherfucker only listens to Nas all the time. I'm talking about Delvin. So now I'm triggered. You got me hot. After this Kendrick shit, now we're gonna go here. Man, I'm about to fight. I'm about to fight tonight. You know, he hit me with some Am I the Asshole? So I could talk some wild shit to strangers too. Everyone getting some. Everyone.
Worry not. We'll get there. But
you got me acting out here like Don King, man. Just saying wild shit.
Dill, I'm going to do you a couple of news stories. Where Chaufie will tell us about what's going on in his life. I truly don't think I got anything. Oh, you know what? I do got a story to tell. That just happened tonight, minutes before I started the show. So I got a little story to tell. So you'll get some tea time this go around, and then we'll wrap it up with some assholes and discuss our entertainment for the week so far. It's gravy.
Oh, and by the way, my segment will be called "Chopping It Up with Chaufie."
I'm gonna write it down. That way, it becomes a part of the order of show.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'm gonna make music for it. Chopping it up with Chaufie.
No, it's gotta be chopped and screwed.
That and then we'll chop and screw it. We'll work it out. We'll work it all out. Here's your stories. Both of these Ohio-based, and a good time to be had. It's been a while since I got to talk about weed in Ohio, so I get to share that with you right now. Ohio recreational marijuana sales. Exceed $76 million in less than 50 days. There are 124 dual-use dispensaries in the state operating right now. Megan here on the byline. This is actually from the Ohio Capital Journal, but I got it from SKiM Cleveland. But I will when I put the link in the show notes, I will fix it to the one that goes directly to the Ohio Capital Journal because we want to make sure credit is given where credit is due. Ohio recreational marijuana sales have surpassed 76.2 million in less than 2 months. The state's total recreational marijuana sales was $76,280,490 as of September 21st, according to the Ohio Department of Commerce Division of Cannabis Control. All of that. Ohio has a 10% tax at this point of sale for every non-medical marijuana transaction. Recreational marijuana sales started on August 6th, and sales topped $11.5 million in less than a week. 57% of Ohioans voted to legalize marijuana last November through the passage of Issue 2, which also legalized homegrown for Ohioans 21 and older with a cap of 6 plants per person and 12 per residence. There have been 8,813 pounds of plant material sold and 1,187,395 units of manufactured products, according to the DCC. There are 124 dual-use dispensaries in Ohio, meaning they can sell both medical and non-medical. According to the division, Columbus has 13 dual-use dispensaries, Cincinnati has 10, Dayton has 6, and Cleveland has 5. Ohio has more than 107 local moratoriums prohibiting adult-use cannabis business as of Monday, according to the Ohio State University's Moritz College of Law. Because there's some haters in this state. Don't ever get it twisted.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe any college of law that's named after someone named
Moritz.
Oh,
but
okay.
I actually heard a student who attended that college of law at my friend's weed college graduation. So I'm gonna give him some props because she was a great speaker. It really was.
Wait, is this the friend who was like developing strains?
Yes,
like 6 strains.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's wild.
She learned, got a new gig. She'll be starting. She got a gig in the industry, so she'll be starting soon. So I'm pretty excited for her.
Man, that's tight.
Yeah.
They still have black people in jail because of weed?
I don't doubt it, but we do have a part of that law as written is wiping they're expunging small amount of charges. So that was a part of that law. Yeah. So that was written into it. So that's actually something we get taken care of.
Okay.
All right. This is from Cleveland.com, which is basically the local newspaper's website version. Malcolm X Abram on the byline. A Tribe Called Quest to be honored at tribute event in Cleveland.
Really?
Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. Cleveland, Ohio fans of A Tribe Called Quest who can't wait for the influential hip-hop group to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on Saturday, October 19th, can celebrate the group's enshrinement from 8 p.m. to midnight on Friday, October 18th, and at induction tribute at an induction tribute to A Tribe Called Quest happening at Tower City Center, 230 West Huron Road, Cleveland. Tickets for the celebration are $15 for the early birds until October 5th and $25 for general admission and are available at eventbrite.com. The celebration will include performances by a trio of area DJs, Mick Nice and ESO, spinning classic tunes from the Queen's Bread Foursome's 6 albums along with remixes and features. There will also be a curated shopping experience, including complimentary cocktails, appetizers, and A Tribe Called Quest art showcase from area artists. A Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip, Jarobi, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, and the late Phife Dawg are the lone hip-hop group to make the cut in this year's fellow 2024 nominees. Eric B. and Rakim will have to wait for another chance in 2025. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced Busta Rhymes will be performing with A Tribe Called Quest at the induction. A Tribe Called Quest and Rhymes were members of the Native Tongues hip-hop collective back in the 90s that included Queen Latifah, Money Love, Jungle Brothers, and Rhymes' former group Leaders of the New School. Rhymes, I love that he called him Rhymes, as in his name, like as if his name was
like
actually
his first name's Busta.
Rhymes. Yeah. Was the break?
Maybe they're talking about Leanne.
Was the breakout star of the group and essentially launched his solo career growling like a dungeon dragon from his iconic verse on the posse cut Scenario from Tribe's classic album, The Low End Theory. This year's show is produced by and directed by Joel Galen and 10th Planet Productions and streams live on Disney Plus Saturday, October 19th at 7 p.m.
Oh,
and
shit. Okay.
it can be streamed the following, and it will also be streamed following the ceremony. ABC will air
Disney Plus. I'm with that. That's cool. Like, especially for like people over here who can't see it.
Facts. ABC will air a primetime special 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony featuring performance highlights and standout moments on Wednesday, January 1st, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The program will then be available the following day on Hulu and Disney Plus. So Disney and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame got it together. And I'm down for the get down with that. Yeah. That'd be fun. I was looking to see how much the tickets to this cost. Just shits and giggles, just.
I'm gonna say $225 a piece.
I'm gonna look it up. Let's see what is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Actually, okay, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'll say $225 VIP, $150 general.
Click on this. Let's click on Find Tickets.
It's all don't bother.
Pretty much. Our lowest ticket price. Let's just click the little thing here that breaks our tickets down. What do you think our minimum is? Toss me a minimum.
A minimum? As in, okay, so $150 bottom.
$317.
Damn.
What do you think? What do you think the maximum is? And this is not for like people. This is just you can get kind of close.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then if that's 3, then easily 17.
Your maximum is 2 stacks.
Same. Damn. But are these resale or are these like you can still buy it through the site?
That's resale. That's
okay,
resale.
see, that's a different story.
Yeah. That's off of SeatGeek. The actual prices started at a much more reasonable rate, but at that point they got AITA. Tickets started at, this is where you could have started at had you got these tickets off the rip, $85. Very reasonable.
Okay. Yeah.
This all takes place at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse because oddly enough, although I just talked about it with Delvin last week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a lovely facility, does not have the size it needs to put on a show this big. It's a stadium show, and they do it in our near stadium, which is right up the road from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So if you're ever in Cleveland, Ohio, you know what's up. You got to get here, man. I feel like you'd enjoy Cleveland. I truly think you'd.
Yeah, no, I'm super interested. We definitely got to make this happen because 1, there's a lot of things I need to eat in Cleveland. 2, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'd love to go to that. 3, to get to kick it with you. So that'd be amazing.
We'll figure it out.
Also, I still want that crazy, like, that fucking, you said it's a Cincinnati thing, but that crazy chili spaghetti. I just need to know. And pierogies. I can get like decent pierogies.
Yes, you get great pierogi. You have a good time with that. But that's our news for the week, people. Word to Tribe Called Quest and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for inducting your Tribe Called Quest. Eric B. and Rakim not being inducted does seem to be a bit of a crime, but I am happy that Tribe Called Quest is in here. Questlove is actually helping produce this show as well, this induction ceremony, which is dope. Because Questlove be producing everything at this point. And
no kidding. He's a busy motherfucker, man. Like he don't stop.
It's so funny to me that the dude who I knew once upon a time as Brother Question, who rapped on, you know what I'm saying, Do You Want More, is now like one of an Oscar and Tony and so forth award-winning artist who produces things of this magnitude. It's fucking great. I love it.
Wanted to go back to where they talked about rhymes. Speaking of Buster, that is. When just fucking, just being young and watching Yo MTV Raps and actually seeing them fucking Leaders of the New School break up in real time. Like, and the fact that like it was already pre-recorded and they didn't even bother editing it. They were just like, fuck it. Here you go. These fools are fighting, and that's the end of that. They just let it ride. That shit was crazy.
What a time!
Yeah,
and that was simply put, jealousy. Because Busta was always down to do more Leaders in the New School. And in fact, on his first album, he did a track with Leaders in the New School on his first solo album because he wanted it to be known that he was still fucking with them LONS dudes. And they just did not want a part of it.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, you got to call it what it is. Like, he was a standout. You know, someone's gonna shine. That just is, and egos get in the way. But also too, like, man, give your man's credit, because you want to talk about in the truest sense of snapping on a track, man. Come on, tell me.
I'm gonna pull it up. I feel like I know it's been a lot of rap lyric discussions, but I feel like y'all need to know.
Did I say chickadee choco, the chocolate chicken? And then I just learned like 2 years ago that that's an actual thing. I was like, what the fuck? The song came out like 30 years ago.
Scenario. This is the album version of Scenario. So like, remember there's a remix version that they did like the video and shit for.
Yeah.
So
because what was that? Was that Bugging Out? No. What two videos went into Bugging Out? Shit. I'll Google too. Anyways, go back to the lyrics.
So Q-Tip and Bus was back and kind of going back and forth on Q-Tip's verse first. And so Q-Tip goes, yo, Mr. Busta Rhymes, tell him what I did. And then Busta comes in, I heard you rushed and attacked. Then they rebuked and you had to smack, causing rambunctious throughout the sphere, raise the levels of the boom inside the air. Q-Tip comes in, you know I did it.
Yeah, I did.
So don't violate or you'll be violated. The hip hop sound is well agitated. Won't ever waste no time or no played out ego. So here's Busta Rhymes with the scenario. And then Busta comes in, and I want you to know, I'm not joking when I say this. Changed history, changed hip hop forever.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Watch as I combined all the juice from the mind.
Heal the beat builds.
Yes. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Powerful impact, boom, from the cannon. Not bragging, trying to read my mind, just imagine. Vocabulary's necessary when digging into my library. Oh my gosh, my gosh. Eating idle stew like the one pizza Taj. Now, of course, you probably are wondering, what the hell is idle stew? I too wondered that. Some years back. Turns out it's just a dish. It's a particular here, it's also spelled, in case you're ever wondering what it's spelled. Oh, I can just click on it. They say it's a Rastafarian dish. I do not agree with that. Sometimes genius be on some bullshit. It's probably just a Jamaican dish. Yeah. No fixed recipe, but of course, with the ITIL diet, it can be, maybe that's what it is. No, it can contain no meat or salt. Maybe ITIL is I guess it's a type of diet. Yeah. Now I need to know more about that. What is the ITIL way of doing things? ITIL, spelled ITAL, food often celebrated by those in the Rastafari movement. Okay, Rastafari soup it is.
Well, because you're connecting with Peter Tosh.
Yeah. It is compulsory in the Bobo, Ashanti, and Nyabingi mansions throughout the 12 tribes of Israel. The word derived from the English word vital, with the initial V removed. The emphasis on the letter I is done to many words in the Rastafari vocabulary to signify the unity of the speaker with God and all nature. Oh my gosh. It's part of vegetarianism and so forth and so on. Man, I just learned a lot off of just me.
Yeah, you see, we're still learning.
All over the track now. Pardon me. As I come back. As I did it, I had to beg your pardon. When I travel through the town, I roll with the squadron. Rah, like a dungeon dragon. Change your little drawers because your pants is sagging. Try to step to this, I will twist you in a turban and have you smelling ripe like some old stale urine. Chickadee Choco, the chocolate chicken, the red cock diesel, but cheeks they was kicking. You'll bust it out with bust another rhyme. The rhythm is in sync. The rhyme is on time. Ripping up the sound just like Horatio. Observe the vibe and check out the scenario. Bruh.
And then in the video, the sync is off. Like just brilliant. Just from the video to the fucking it was too much. But like you said, it changed trajectory. That's a burn it down moment.
Yep.
You know? So amazing.
Chickadee Choco is slang for a chick or woman that has dark skin, according to the Genius annotation. Later parodied in the Bare Naked Lady song 1 Week with the lyric Chickadee China the Chinese chicken. And then later by Das Race's on Who's That, which references the sample scenario.
Brown.
Bro, that's racist. That's a group whose breakup actually caused great harm to your boy personally.
Yeah. No, like learning like Das Races was like, I'm glad I got to see them live. I really am. That was a fucking experience. What they did, like I said, that was the outcome after we went through the whole vanity rap era. You know, like it was just like it got street again, it got raw, it got a little kooky. You had weird artists in the mix, but it was just like fucking Heems and Kool AD. Those fuckers can rap, and like they're very, very good. And it's more than just Taco Bell Pizza Hut. Like that's just the throwaway song.
Which I know people chuckle at, whatever. It's a fun song. My kids still sing that song to this day.
Oh yeah. When that shit came out on like a fucking Taco Bell commercial not that long ago, I was like, damn, it still fucking clicks. Still does. Still does.
Combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
It's just catchy as shit, man. Fuck, so good. So good.
Well, this segment is normally called First Up is always Tatum because it's the first one of the show. But right now we calling it Chopping It Up with Chaufie. My man Chaufie, man, what's the good word?
Just let's see. Last time I was around. Okay, so right behind me, you can see my whip. Bango. I put my car in first local car show, and that was a really fun experience. Like usually the car is just set aside for me and my wife to just go cruising on the weekends. We usually we'll get out in the mid-afternoon or the evening, sometimes grab something to drink. Usually it's like local coffee shop or something like that, and just cruise Long Beach and just kind of drive around and have a good time. But I was like, you know what? I think it's time to try to put my car in a show, local show. I wasn't trying to win trophies and shit like that. And so this was a couple weeks ago, got up early, pre-registered and everything. So it wasn't like you just drive on in. It was legit. It was the Belmont Shores car show. And it was such a fun experience because first thing I get there, maybe about you could start lining up as early as 5:30 and then the gates opened at 7. So I think I got there at 6 and was maybe 20 cars in. And then the line just kept getting longer. And it was just neat to see everyone kind of just socializing at that time, just kind of connecting, kind of talking along the way. Oh, like your car kind of stuff. And then once 7 o'clock hit and they started letting us in, it was almost like a wave. Like you just heard a car way up ahead, just boom. And then just boom, boom. It was almost like that whole I think it's called a Doppler effect where it's the ripple of sound. Yeah. And so it's coming towards me and then going past me. And I was like, fuck, this is really cool. And then, found a good place to park. The weather was good. It was actually a really hot day. But something that it didn't dawn on me, and it's kind of like a no duh, people were taking pictures of and with my car. And I was like, oh yeah, fucking people are gonna take pictures. Holy shit. There's girls posing and shit, and there's guys doing fucking artistic, trying to get a reflection off the rims. Yeah. And I was like, damn, this is this is really fucking cool. And there was one guy who took a photo and he was like, my wife found him on Instagram and he was like, here's some of the cars I really liked. One of them was mine. And I coincidentally had taken a picture of him, taking a picture of my car because I noticed he had come back 3 or 4 times, just different photos. And so then I was like, hey, is this you taking pictures of my car? And he was like, yeah, that is me. So it's fucking cool,
Photo inception.
Yeah. So it was a really fun experience to just have that moment and just chilling, just walked around, saw the different cars. I'd say the only negative aspect that I had to this whole thing was fucking Trumpers and Republicans. You know, like there was one tent set up that was like, and it was like the weird Republicans too, where like there was a fucking lady like just like fucking evangelical, just spouting fucking nonsense at people. You know, if you cuss, you're gonna go to hell. We're not thinking about the children. I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. Or like cars that just were like decked out in fucking Trump flags, and it's like, can we just have like a car show? Like, if there was some type of feedback, I'd be like, I don't care if it's Democrats, Republicans, can we just not do politics today? It's already like divisive enough. Maybe just let's have cars today, you know, not fucking people walking around and like just being idiots about it. It's like, I don't know, it's just a buzzkill for me, you know. I
had to look it up. You got Helen Lovejoy. What someone think of the children?
It really was like that. It truly, truly was. Because this fucking lady that was like barking the loudest, I was like, I know it's gonna sound terrible, but I was like, bitch, you ain't even got kids. Like, you ain't been touched in decades. You yourself don't count. I said what I said. I stand on that.
I stand 10 toes down. You didn't know. Oh my god. So
go ahead.
More car shows in the future, right? At least, you know, 1 or 2 more, right? You gotta.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like I probably won't make this like an annual thing, but what I'll do is like if I do like I need to get my interior redone. So if I do the interior, I might do it again or do another one. Because that was another thing I wasn't expecting is like windows are down and people are like leaving flyers in the car. And so I maybe came home with like 10 flyers of other car shows. And I was like, oh, this is a thing, you know?
Yeah.
So you can kind of travel around. But one thing I do want to do is like a lot of places do like cars with coffee.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few that happen around here. But as I kind of search through them, like some of them are like, I don't really fuck with their ideology or like, you know, what they're kind of promoting.
Yeah.
But there's one in particular called like the Shoreline Shifters, where their thing is just pull up on the 4th Friday or 4th Saturday of the month, any style of car. We're not doing politics. We're not doing religion. We're just doing bring your car, have donuts, have coffee. We're in at 8. We're out at 10. Clean. And I was like, okay, I'll fuck with that. Like, yeah, exactly.
It's car church.
And it's right along the ocean. So I was like, you know what, that I can kind of fuck with. You know, like that's kind of tight. So I just haven't had a free Sunday or Saturday yet to make it. Yeah. So, but it's on my to-do list. I was like, that I can do. So yeah, down the road for sure, definitely. It was just like I said, it was just a fun experience. So as I kind of clean up my car more over time, then I'll have more reasons because I don't just want to be the guy who's like, oh, you do this every year type of thing. Like, I ain't fucking Santa Claus. Relax.
You gotta, but maybe consider get some nice like glamour shots of the car. You know what I'm saying? Some real like get somebody. That's got to be a thing in Cali.
Oh no, I've definitely been hit up. Like where people are like, hey, if you want me to take pictures of your car, like it's what we can do. And I'm totally for it. But I know there's a lot of, you may not see it if you see my Instagram. Like, and every so often I'll post pictures of like the car or whatever. And it does look real smooth and clean. But fucking body is wavy as fuck. Because when I was, so like this car I've mentioned on Cadillac, I've had this, like this car's been in the family. It's a 68. It's been in the family since 68. Okay. My dad drove it when he was young. I drove it in high school. And at one point, one of my cousins who does like auto body stripped it down and was gonna like smooth it all out, cut out any rust. And he does really good paint, like fucking candy as fuck, man. It's nice. But then along the way, he ended up like starting to date some girl. And at this time, I like had a job. I needed to get to work. And so he was not coming through. And I was like, dude, are you going to fucking fix this? Like, are you going to finish the car? Yeah. I'll be there tomorrow. And it was one of those things like, I kept like arguing with my dad where I was like, do not let him fucking paint this car. He's going to fucking give up. Like, he's already a sketchy dude. I think this is a bad idea. And he's like, yeah, but it's only going to cost like $500. It's not going to cost a lot because he's going to do all the work. And then when he started fucking ditching out on us, I was like, this has now been 6 weeks. Yeah. Like, this is way too long. We've already done the work. The body's ready to go. And so that I got frustrated. Fucking took it to Earl Scheib, like one of these cheap spots, because I was like, I need to get from A to B. Like I'm in community college. I got a job. Like I'm trying to hang out, not fucking watch my car just sit here for weeks because this guy like wants to like hook up. If you want to hook up, that's fine. But like fucking, you committed to this, and my dad already gave you money. So I say that long story to say, so when you look down the hood, it fucking looks like the ocean. It's wavy as shit.
Well, hey, that's the point of having something like that. You can over time, you can get it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, yeah. It's overtime, and when I win the lottery, like it's gonna be beautiful.
That involves playing the lottery. When's the last time you played the lottery?
Never.
I'm that dude too. I constantly talk about how I dream of winning the lottery and then don't play the lottery because then I'm like, man, I'm $2, bro. I could have brought a couple of snacks or something.
Right, man. Fuck. I'm like, you know what? Hey, Munchos are still 99 cents for the big bag. So
that's your alt title. Munchos are still 99 cents, y'all.
But yeah, so because it's funny because I was actually talking to my wife about this the other day. I was like, I honestly have no concept of how like the lotto works or what's the other fucking the ball mega something whatever. Yeah. I had no idea. I remember like back in the day it was like you had to match the numbers, but now there's like a magic number and these other fucking I'm like, what? Isn't it just you get like the fucking 7 numbers you win? Like I don't know.
Bro, whenever it gets to, an outlandish number, you know what I'm saying? I'll go buy like $10 usually get you, I think 5 tickets. Okay. Something like that. And I'll go give somebody $10. Like, let the computer pick it. I'm never going to go through and pick. I don't have numbers like that. And they'll be like, you want the multiplier or the power? I'm like, nah, guy, what is that? Is that extra?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like, oh, do you want the deluxe? Like you going for I'm like whatever the regular size is. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Exactly. I like a large, okay?
I like a large. Yeah. 50 cents more, you get the extra. I'm like, no. Like what? No, thank you. That just means more ice. I'm not interested.
Exactly. So I do that, and I always try to go to the same spot. It's just it's a little wine shop around here that sells tickets because my hope is because I do know this. If you buy a winning ticket from that store, they get a little bit of kickback from the lotto commission.
Yes.
And the person who sold you the ticket also gets a little something. And I always want that brother to get a little something. I'm always like, if I win, bro, I hope you win. I want this to be our win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always try to go there whenever I play it. I have a specific spot I'll go to. And again, it has to be at numbers that I'm like, I can waste $10 on this.
No, I'm not gonna try to be super greedy, but if you ever win over 10, can I have $500,000?
And I realize it's just lotto dreams, but I'll be walking, you know what I'm saying, trying to get my steps in. And I always be like, if I want a lotto, I can chop it up this way, look out for my folk and so forth and so on. Make sure my kids can go to school, make sure their houses is paid off, blah, blah, It's always just standard goals, man. Just trying to make sure everybody's tight.
I like that side of TikTok that's like, if I win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there'll be signs, and it's like a ton of fucking cats, or like it's like something random where it's just like, oh no, like I got all the Utz chips or something, like just something fucking weird. Those fucking crack me up,
dude. It's like I'm not a guy who wants to live in a mansion. I'm getting too old for that. So I would never want to like, if I could just buy this house, I probably would.
Yeah, I want less stairs.
Facts. And that's the thing. It's like I just feel like people win a lottery and they be fucking up their lives. I go, I bet you they do, but maybe they didn't plan like I have.
We're gonna be the guy who fucking figures it out. I'm homeless like next week.
Bro, like I said, what you have to do, like I said, I'm aware of the lottery on the specific level. I think they say, I know they say. So like, if you don't want your, sometimes they'll be like, hey, this guy won the lotto. It's Stevie Joe from this neck of the woods. Like, no, if you don't want that, you got to immediately put it in the trust because trusts don't have to share who runs the trust. I'm like, all right, well, there you go. We do that and you make it happen.
What would be your first purchase if you won?
like extravagant out of pocket purchase, or like just like bill shit, like because I just pay my car off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, aside from the bills, for sure. I mean, we'd knock out the bills. That's definite.
What the fuck would I buy?
It's like that. T wants this today.
Wow, good question, bruv. I'm thinking maybe just like a home theater.
Okay.
Like a proper Atmos situation, D-box seat situation, you know what I'm saying? Really set that shit off. But that involves, of course, buying a house and then, you know what I'm saying? And all that comes with that. So it's like, it's a lot to make that happen. But maybe
now we're talking about stairs again, you know. Like
Jesus Christ. You can see where the problem is.
Yes.
Probably just travel. You know what I'm saying? Probably would immediately just hop a plane and like calling people to hop on planes. Like, look, your ticket's coming to you, bro. I need you to take some time off or whatever. We're going somewhere. And we probably just all end up going to Japan.
Yeah.
Just bullshit in Japan, walking around, none of us speaking Japanese.
Right, seriously.
But we got the Dota. At that point, we got the Dota hire translator. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Got a homeboy to walk around with us, you know? Or they got those fucking those home bots like in Sunny.
Bro, we can just throw the earpiece in.
Right.
Bruh, over.
Man, that shit was tight. Because it's like when you caught on that she was communicating, like it was seamless translation. I was like, fucking, that's great. Because every so often the translation would break and it was like, oh, because she took her earpiece out. Fucking brilliant.
God, that show was so good.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything. I was I was shopping my kid for homecoming shit last weekend, but at that mall we went to, they have this Japanese snack store. So I snagged some stuff. And so I was like, oh, let me translate what I copped in in Google Translate. And I had been using Apple Translate because I appreciate Apple Translate. It works pretty well. Google Translate has grown exponentially in its use. Yeah, it's almost instantaneous. It can look in like almost like that. It's like this is what that says. And in fact, shake the camera a little bit again. Let me tell you. Let me give you an even more specific translation. So like, you're not gonna be able to see this. I gotta look at my own shit. So
barely.
Hold on. I gotta get on here.
It's a glare from your screen.
I know. I'm Kit Kats? To get the lean. I did get some Kit Kats.
Okay.
Are spicy chicken lays.
Oh, you were just talking about those recently.
I was talking about the other joints. I got that the cumin lamb joints. This is I bought these this time. Spicy chicken joints. Pretty tasty. Pretty much just stuff.
Cumin lamb joint is definitely an Action Bronson line.
Cumin lamb. Macerate the fruit. Oh, bro. Somebody had put up an Action Bronson like a radio freestyle on TikTok recently, but then in the comments, people was like, "Oh, but if you go listen to this on Spotify, then you got the song." And it's like, "Oh, okay." Because I looked at the lyrics, I was like, "This ain't the same beat." And I want that song. I want the song my man was spitting on. Yeah. And so I'm gonna send it to you right now, so you got it for later use. But
yeah, definitely.
This is a wild ass joint.
Yeah,
I got this brown skinned girl. So her kid's addicted to chicken nuggets. Is a bar, and I'm like, Action Bronson, you're the best.
Yeah, it really is. really is. On the translators, I was gonna say, I have found, like, with my vast knowledge of Spanish, Google Translate is superior to Apple.
Yeah.
In that Apple will like really fuck up the dialogue, and it's like, that's not what I meant.
Is Apple getting Castilian and they need
no, but not even that. Like it really will just give you a different sentence, and it's like, nah, I ain't even talk. But yeah, so it's not the Castilian versus like Western or whatever,
Yeah.
Just is like completely different structures. So if you didn't know and it's not anything that's like nothing I've found so far where it's like, oh, this would get you beat up.
Okay.
It just doesn't translate proper or as well. Okay. But I would say it's more like Google is probably 8 out of 10 times, whereas the Apple is maybe 7 out of 10 times. Not a ton, but they're not both as accurate as they could be. But I do like where the technology is going. Speaking of that too, you ever use like fucking Chat GPT?
Now everybody be trying to get on it, and I'm just like, I don't know. I got this. It's not that I like this huge anti-AI bent, but I'm just like, it's not for me.
Yeah, I do a lot of writing and revision.
Yeah,
like throughout my day, and man, I've really fallen in love with using it because I can. And once you learn how to, you know what it is? It's like, do you remember the old like fucking troll? Like you had to be very specific, like in those old Apple games where it was like walk 3 steps north, 2 steps, like it had to be like reach above. Like if you get that literal with it, you tell it exactly what to do. And yes, it does start to learn over time. Like so for me, it's a lot of like educational dialogue.
okay.
And but man, it is fucking helping me do a lot of write-ups and a lot of reports, as we're just talking about apps and AI and shit like that. Like it's fucking, if you have to do those things, drop in some bullet points, give it some directions, you will get some really solid like work out of it.
I think figuring out my prompts to get it to spit out what it is. So every now and again, if I have a specific ass show title that requires art of an ilk that it's not going to exist unless I go make it. Like what did Anthony have one day? A fat ass cloud of hair, and I just like that can't. I'm not going to find it anywhere. So I ended up typing that into Firefly, which is Adobe's AI art generator, and it came up with something. I'm like, that'll work.
Yeah, it really is just understanding how to utilize the tools. Like I was talking to someone recently, and or we had a speaker like at the beginning of the school year who was talking about AI.
Yeah,
and he's like, the first thing we hear in education is AI directly correlates to cheating.
Yeah,
he's like, we've been cheating the whole time, right? Like they cheated when you were in school too. Like cheating's not new. Like just people are gonna cheat. First we were afraid of the phones. Now phones are all over the fucking place. And you can't have a phone in the room because they're gonna cheat. You're gonna cheat. Even when it was just pencil and paper, you still cheated. Like see what you can use it for. So now like understanding how to use it, it still does freak me out because I grew up with Terminator.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all these things are gonna kill us. Like for sure. Fucking Alexa's gonna turn on me and it's gonna be a wrap.
The best part about that is that's the AI that they use for like facial recognition.
Yeah.
Terrible at brown skin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It loves some white people. Some white people. Can always get that shit right, but us always wrong. And I'm like, that's just gonna save me from the Terminator. It ain't gonna be able to see.
Also, anytime I read or hear AI, I'm immediately I whisper in my brain, Allen Iverson. He's the original AI.
Practice.
Respect it. Respect it.
Practice. One of the greatest scenes in Ted Lasso ever. I want you to know. Hands down. Takes that speech and makes it into something amazing.
Well, speaking of, what do you think of this potential season 4? How do you feel about it?
Very excited for more Ted Lasso. You gonna give me more Ted Lasso? I'm down. That whole crew seems to truly love each other and appreciate each other and so forth.
Hold on, I gotta go slap some hoes. I'll be right back.
Slap some bitches.
Keep talking.
But if I can get me some more Theodore Ted Lasso, gladly. And if not, that's fine too. I was unlike some people. I was happy with the end of Ted Lasso. I was also happy with the end of How I Met Your Mother. Unlike some people who's very angry about that shit for some reason. Like, chill out with that shit, B. An ending that they had written toward the beginning of that show and filmed most of toward the beginning of that show. Just gonna put that out there for you. I'm bitching about people who be mad about How I Met Your Mother's ending. Because I was not one of them. And people bitch about that to this day because they talk about how that's fucked up. That all this time and it's fucked up that Barney and Robin broke up and blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, they give me some more Ted Lasso. I'm down for the down. I'm down for the get down. And if they don't, that's cool too. I like that these people was like maybe a little time away from it. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe don't force the issue. And we'll see what happens. We get more shrinking this month. Next week, I think.
15th, right?
Yeah.
Isn't the 15th? Yeah, I'm super hyped off of that. That show is so good. But back to the Ted Lasso thing real quick. I just wanted to say, like, I mean, always like a return does always worry me because it's like the magic is in the moment.
Yeah.
But I also think it was the emotional connection to the characters too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is almost like, oh, I'm gonna see friends again.
Yes.
You know, from the dudes who hung out in the pub to like what's Keely up to, like what's happening? You know,
I love that idea. Like, what if May died? I'm not trying to kill the pub owner. Or what if she died and the black man took over the bar?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tweaks, just tweaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are we in the writer's room? Look at right here.
Things that you can do with Ted Lasso. I'm telling you. Like I said, I am
exactly.
Henry is old enough because he wants to go to school in England because he loved his time in England when they went there. And Ted's like, all right, fuck it, I can move back.
Because the show wasn't completely about the team.
Correct.
It was about their lives. Yeah. Yes, there was the team, but it's like, I mean, how's the restaurant going? Like, you know what I mean? Like, talk to me. Yeah. I need to know. Danny Rojas, you all right?
Yeah.
You know?
I will gladly take another spoonful of some Ted Lasso if they want to get and they seem. And basically what happened is basically just Warner was basically like, hey man, don't go nowhere. So it's not like we got official today, like they in a writing room and like that. Basically just everybody's contract got basically that little they had a period in time that was like it's a shit or get off the pop moment for their contracts, and they was like, we gonna shit. Just hold on, okay?
Yeah, just chill. You know, this is the you up text. Yeah. WYD.
Oh my God. So I'm okay with that. I'm down for some more Ted Lasso. You just made me think of something that I watched today that I need to add to the list. There we go. But so let's go. Your car showing. The gig seems to be doing well. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. We're doing Cadillac Monday, and we don't want to do too much of what we're going to talk about that day to talk about here. So I worry not. But life ain't so bad.
Yeah, no, right now, like everything's kind of moving along. It does feel like one of those weird moments where it's like things are just going. Yeah. It's not a high, not a low, just everything's kind of moving along. Not a lot of events. Also, it's like a slow period right now. I don't got a lot of concerts coming up or anything like that. So I'm in a stuck point right now.
You got Flog like next month, don't you?
Yeah, I'm still. My tickets should be showing up anytime. I need to know what this fucking lineup is like. Like I'm like, come on, give me something. Shit, better not be Sabrina Carpenter the whole time. I'll be pissed.
I lightweight fuck with her, but she got a real big head. But she got a real big head. She got a real big head, man. Like she is real slim lady and her head look giant on her body.
Wait, hold on. Did we just learn your kink? You're like, damn, I like these.
Oh no, I don't fuck with her like that. What I just mean is I enjoy espresso and the other joint, and that's it because that's all I know about her. Yeah. But like I was watching her perform somewhere, and I was sitting with Vanessa. I'm like, she got a big old head, don't she? And Vanessa's like, that's how actresses are, man. They be so little, and they head lightly look out of proportion to the rest of them.
That is fucking funny, man. That's fucking cracking me up.
Next time you take a look at Sabrina Carpenter, look at that cranium.
Her and fucking what's homegirl fucking is that Selena Gomez?
Yeah, Selena.
But she has a thing going on.
Yeah, she got like lupus, right?
Yeah, I think so. So.
Yeah, so she get a walk.
So I mean, I ain't shitting on her. I'm just saying she got a big old dome too. She got a lot of face.
A lot of faces. Why, yo, boy?
This is so many show titles.
Hey. But if you I mean, that'd be fun to see Sabrina Carpenter perform. She probably only do like 3-4 tracks. That'd be dope, right?
Yeah. I'm really putting my money on though. Actually, like that. A$AP Rocky will be there.
Dope.
That's true, especially with the few songs he's put out recently. I'm like, I can kind of see that. Also, that's Tyler's homeboy. Okay. Like seeing those two dudes interacting in videos, they're fucking hilarious.
I like that song them two did together. So yeah. Fuck with it.
Yeah.
Dig it. So I mean, it's Q4, bro. If we slide on out this bitch, hey, hold on. And I realize this might be some caddy talk, but I need to know. PlayStation 5 Pro.
Nah.
Like, good about that.
I'm not shitting on the Pro, but I just, man, these eyes are old. Like, I'm wearing glasses.
Going to the eye doctor tomorrow.
No, I just, I know that the TV I have was amazing at the time, but not where it needs to be for the Pro.
Okay.
Like, it still is like, it's not HDMI 2.1. Like, it's not, there's things that I'm buying it for what? Also, my gaming has been down like a ton. Not that like I haven't like I just finished Spider-Man. I'm playing Astrobot, fucking amazing game.
God, it's so good.
But I've really really for the first time in a really long time have been like re-energized and rejuvenated at work. Like, so I am working hard. And not to say I didn't work hard before, but it's like I got the right pieces in place. I built the right staff. The students are everything clicking right now that I'm able to do less disciplinary work and actually do more move the machine work. So when I'm getting home, I'm like, I'm tired, but it's because I I did the work. Like I busted my ass that day. So I just haven't. So when you turn on the PlayStation, it's like, I ain't gonna play anything. It's just been my streaming box. But I do, man, that 30th anniversary though, I did feel like that I don't know, someone posted a meme where it was just like, oh, it was the Drake one where it's like PS5 Pro and he's like, no. And then when it's the 30th anniversary, it's like, yeah, oh man, they came out with that classic look. I was like, oh fuck. I almost bought one of the Edge controllers.
So those aren't limited edition. So those you can just get a hold of. Yeah.
True. But I've fully had it in the cart, made it in the queue, was like, all right, I'm gonna get it. And then I was like, $200, I can't do it. So I didn't pull
it. The Edge. I'm thinking of just the DualSense.
Yeah, no, I was like, because I really do want an Edge controller, because when they had for the DualShock, the back buttons, like where you had the adapter, I use the fuck out of those back buttons. I love them. And so I really want a controller with back buttons.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, I can't do $200. So hopefully on like a Black Friday or something, I'll get like a budgeted version of a DualSense or Edge controller. But I can't bring myself to spend $200 right now, especially these kids always be needing something. So
that's what it is to raise a family.
Exactly. You gotta make some decisions.
So speaking of games that have not gotten any play,
you
got Zelda.
Oh, the Echoes.
Yeah. The most I've done is
lick the cartridge.
And I bought this because I loved it. Beat it on Xbox. 1,000 played it on Xbox, if I remember correctly. And that is Tunic.
Okay.
So a part of Tunic in the game itself is you are slowly but surely building an instruction booklet for a game, an old school game. So it's fun to do that. And in this case, they give you the full instruction booklet that is a part of the game that you're building.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah. And I plus I want to have it on a cart, you know what I'm saying? I played it digitally and I wanted to own a physical copy of that, and it was on sale at Best Buy.
Was that on Game Pass?
Yeah, it still is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you should still be able to go get it on Game Pass if you're so inclined. That's a really good game.
That's what I've heard. It's one of those I forget about.
Yeah. I own it. I might replay. I'm actually thinking about replay. I'm not supposed to talk about games. Can't help myself at this point. We're down slide.
Yeah, might already happen, man.
Because Yotai is coming out. I'm thinking about doing a replay of Tsushima.
Yeah.
And, probably won't start that no time soon, but it's on.
You know what though? That's smart because Yoshima does have it's a different control scheme.
Yeah.
So it might be good to get back in and kind of get familiar with the controls.
Get them sticks right.
Yeah.
And I played that on PlayStation Pro. I never played the PlayStation 5 upgrade.
Yeah.
And in fact, I paid for the fancy version on PlayStation 4. Like I have the steelbook and the nice version because once they showed that game off at was that an E3 or whatever summer gaming event, I was like, that's right down my street. I needs that.
I'll tell you this. Yeah, it was beautiful on the Pro. Yeah. And that was one that I was like, oh, and it's it's better on the 5. Just it was those fine details. It just pops more. It's more vibrant. Like, and as fast as it moves, it just it's a fucking beautiful game.
So I own Tetris Effect on PlayStation 4, and I bought the upgrade for PlayStation 5, and I hate it because it's 2 blocks of Tetris on my thing. It's the PS4 version and the PS5 version. And so I don't want to pay for the upgrade for Tsushima because I don't want 2 boxes on my damn screen.
Got it.
I probably will try to find a disc version of the PlayStation 5
But
version.
now I think you can remove one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because what was it on? I think there was some. I can't remember what the game was, but I remember my son showing me like, oh, you don't have to have 2 anymore. You can delete the other one.
Gotcha.
Or like you could specify now.
Okay.
And I think it might be one of those default things too, like on the background, like you can set it to where it'll always invert controls or whatever. It's like in the system settings. I think it'll always do the PS5 default or whatever.
You figure it out. You just send me the information. And I will get it done, sir. Please.
I ain't gonna do that. It's hard enough to get me on this podcast, man. You trying to get me do more work.
I really just want you to ask your kid and have him tell you what to do. You dodo bird.
I'll text him. Except, he's gonna respond to me with bruh and a middle finger. So
it's all good. Well, there you go, y'all. You'll get more of this action Monday on Cadillac on Mars. We do it live there too. Monday about 9 o'clock Eastern. If you're in neck of the woods, 6 on the West Coast. So
That's
get
right.
ready for it. Let me hit you up with a spot of tea. Word up, the pinky's out because it's motherfucking classy. Right, I'm not joking. 30 minutes before we jumped on, out of nowhere, Vanessa's like, my sister's up the street eating pizza. She's gonna come through. I'm like, all right. That's me working diligently at the video I wanted to have in this show that I did not get to work out, y'all. But she comes through, right? And they're chatting, blah, blah, blah. And her sister's like, oh, we went to this store around the way and I bought some records. And Vanessa's like, oh, go get them. We can play them right quick. She brings in these records. Great records. There's a Fall Out Boy record and Paramore record.
Okay.
So, all due respect. But then they get to asking questions about records. And your boy is like, yes, please. So I'm talking about records, it's going off, and I pull a record out to show them. And she's like, what, they make color records? I thought they were all black. I go, pfft. She goes, do you think they got gold records? And I go, I think they got gold records. Hold on.
I'll show you one. Yeah, listen, I'm going to show you shapes too.
And I immediately go to grab Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite because I know that's on Go Vital. But I'm like, no, you know what? And I can't remember if I have it under Maxwell or Urban. And I'm just like, I'm gonna leave that be because it's called Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite. So I'm like, it should be under M. It was not. But I was like, what's John Legend's second album called? And I had to remember what John Legend's second album called because I know the person I have with John Legend's second album once again is on this gorgeous gold, and it looks like almost like liquid gold. It's just it's a beautiful, beautiful pressing.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it one of those swirly golds, like the marble gold?
Yeah, where like it kind of like looks like gold is embedded into the record, even though it's not. You know what I'm saying? And so I pulled that out and showed her. She's like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Oh yeah," because she basically asked if they have silver or gold. I'm like, "I get you a silver one." Pull out Stillmatic. Stillmatic is a beautiful silver vinyl. And I was looking for my Saba Care For Me record because that one comes on as a gray. It's actually more gray than silver, but it's a beautiful vinyl. But I show her all these, and she's like, and Vanessa's like, "You gotta show her the Blood record." I'm like, "Oh, you know what? That actually is a real cool record. I have Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. And it's filled with blood. So if you you move back and forth, it has blood. And so I'm showing off records, talking about records, explaining what I do to keep my stickers. I like hype stickers and what I do to keep them fresh and so forth. I'm showing her 7 inches. I'm showing her why I use a record weight in some circumstances and why we don't use record weights in some situations. Shape records, because I have a Fuck the Police single by Jay Dilla that is the shape of a police badge.
Oh, no way.
God, I love it so much. That's like one of my favorite things I own, man. Like of things I like, it's right there. I explained to her how I have this postcard record that came in Magna Carta Holy Grail. If you bought a specific copy of Magna Carta Holy Grail by Jay-Z,
that's the one we had to cut it open, right?
Yeah, I had to fucking injure a record sleeve to get that postcard record out, and the postcard record sounds like ass. Because guess what? It's a postcard record. It's not gonna sound great. What's up, Otaku Man? I'm word to Jay Dilla. It's all to the good, man. And so I I was just excited, and they seemed it. I hope I didn't over talk them, but they actually seemed to be like very interested in the things I was showing them. They were asking questions like, "Wait a minute, it comes with 2 records? Why?" And I'm like, and at first I'm like, "There's no way," but I'm like, "Wait a minute, these people are asking honest questions, so let's have some honest questions." Yeah. And so I'm like, you try to give music as much space as you can on vinyl because it can breathe and you really get a good clean sound and so forth. And they're like, "Oh wow, it's crazy. Did anything come with more than 2 records?" Like, "Oh, Lee." And my oldest having to walk in is like, "Here, my Hamilton comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 records." I go, "Yeah, I happen to have, it's over there now. I happen to have Thunder Force, which is a Sega Genesis game of the vinyl for that. That comes on these 3 beautiful blue records. It's like gorgeous. Comes with a nice little Oni on the sleeve on the side. It's a great looking record, y'all." And I was geeking out proper, but in a good way, just as educational. I'm telling them about turntables. I'm telling them about head shells.
Yeah, you're in the zone. You're hitting the fucking zone on this.
I pull out my Fisher Price joint, which you can't see it. It's back there in the window, but I pull out my Fisher Price turntable because I got one of those too that I fuck with every so often. It's just like, it was really great to talk to, I'm saying, basically my sister-in-law and her kids about records and why records are dope to me and why you might fuck with records and or not, you know what I'm saying? And it's a good time. And like her nephew, as he gets older, like, is like, "Oh shit, okay, I see what you're doing, big baby." Like, because like you kind of see like there's a lot of records over here on this side of the house. And so I have a whole little setup over there. It's my turntable right there, my receivers right there, my good speakers. This is my whole this is basically my area of the house. You know what I'm saying? Chaufie bought me a dope poster, which is the grand taxonomy of rap names, which is framed over on the wall right there and so forth. And it's like that's well, we are on camera, people. So let's just take a look at my little corner of records. As you can see, there's the grand taxonomy of rap names, right? Can I do it with the finger? There it is.
Nice.
That's Tom Jones.
Yes.
It's not unusual. This is a Spider-Man, and it says "Swinging through your town like a neighborhood Spider-Man," which is Spider-Man in a Wu-Tang beanie and a gold chain and some Nikes on. And a boombox on is there. So that record that looks like a boombox. That record, that painting right there is a painting my kid made when he was a little younger of a record. That's the Moment of Truth of Gangstar. That poster is older than my children, older than it came out. I got that poster when that album came out, which was a very long time ago. Now I gotta kind of situate this camera. But I like being able to just jazz it up about my hobby. What are my hobbies? What are my you know what I'm saying? What are my main flows? And it was dope, and like it was a good time just sitting there chatting up with them about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and Chaufie talk records all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if we come up on some shit that's a wild colorway right. or something that sounds real dope, or a wild color that don't sound so dope. But still, I will oftentimes be in the hip hop vinyl subreddit, and somebody will be like, "What was they talking about?" No, this was actually on Instagram. I follow somebody on Instagram, and he pulled out a repress of the Chronic that I actually have the one that same copy of, and I was like, "Man, the bass is super thin on that." And somebody trying to come in there and argue the point with me, and I'm like, "Why do you say that?" And I'm like, it's a known that all the represses of the Chronic for years now have just not been of excellent quality. And the bass is super thin. It don't rump like it should. And he's like, "Well, maybe it's your sound system. What kind of head styles are you?"
You're like, "Listen, man, I'm not playing the fucking the suitcase record player here. Like, I know what I'm talking about."
It's at one point I'm just like, "Okay, baby, you got that." I'm not going to fight you about records, bro. I know to my ears that bass sounds thin, and I have other records where that shit rumps like a motherfucker. I can tell. And there you go. And I don't know, man. I had a good time. Just a surprise visit that turned out to be more a visit for me than it was for Vanessa. Nice. It turned out, just because they, of course, hung out and talked a little shit, but I got to talk about my shit with them, and that was real fun. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, and that was a real fun time for your mans. And there you go, hanging a little family time, like I said, right before I got on the microphone here. Basically had to kick him out to get on the microphone. Like, all right, y'all, shit to be done here. Let's just get on the way. But I gave her a couple of sleeves, you know what I'm saying? Because the records came with sleeves from the store that sold them, but they put their stickers on the outside of them, and they stickers don't peel off for shit. It's like I'm like, they ruin shit by doing this. You know what I'm saying? They give you whack ass covers. I go, let me use a couple of new ones. I go, open your records like this, unless they're gatefold, and I go, and if they're gatefold, I'll tell you how to, if you want to keep your sticker, how to keep the sticker and so forth. Like, just holler at me. I go, if you want to do it big, I can show you how to do it big. And if you don't trip off of it. Just have a few records and enjoy what you got. So
now, do you the inner sleeve, do you use the paper, or do you buy the like the rice paper plastic or whatever it is?
Sometimes I think I only got a couple left. Sometimes I will swap out from to archive quality bag situation. But most of the time I leave it as is. I'm not too whatever about it. I'm not too precious about it. I was early in my collecting days, but now I was like, wait a minute, I own records that are older than me. Yeah. That still play and sound fine. So I'm like, it can't be that big a deal.
Yeah, because you see, like, TikTok gets me, because then I'm like, I have the same thoughts where I'm like, yeah, I have picked up some older albums. They just need cleaning more than anything else, And so then I clean them up and they sound great.
Yeah.
But then when I listen to TikTok and I'm like, fuck, do I need to be doing this? Do I need to buy these? Like, I don't know. I get in my head about it,
Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing. They want you to. They want you to be worried that whatever. But it's like, bro, I have, God, it's got to be like 700, almost 800 some odd records over here. Yeah. I can't be worried about all of them.
Speaking of records right now, because then you were talking about Straight Outta Compton, which reminded me that I love a remix version that was done by a DJ called Kid 606, Straight Outta Compton, and it's distorted, digitized. It's a crazy one, and I just bought it on Discogs, white vinyl, test pressing for $4. So, shout out to me.
I particularly love a deal.
Yeah.
And so sometimes shit like that comes through. So right now, like, I want that Chapel Roan record, but they keep selling it for $50. And I'm like, I don't know what is going on. Also, in that realm of physical media, they put up the Daredevil, Wolverine, Deadpool 4K Steelbook. They want $65 for it.
Wild.
I'm like, y'all ain't gonna take away physical media, and then when we want someone to try to charge me a fucking arm and a foot, fuck off.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not buying that Chapel Roan at $50. I will not. It's simply, there's no disrespect to Ms. Roan and her work. I gets down to get down.
Yeah.
Records should be priced like they should be priced. And it's bullshit that you're making more of them and then charging more. That's the antithesis of what capitalism is supposed to be. If there's more of them, it's supposed to be charging your boy less.
Yeah. Definitely not the other direction.
Yeah. So plus, when I I bought a couple of new records, like, from people that, or pre-ordered some stuff, and I, paid $20 and tax and stuff like that there. So records are still being made at proper prices for your mans. And I ain't like say, you ain't gonna get me on no bullshit. Got me trying to pay $50 for that shit. I'll find it. And if I don't, no worries.
Yeah. One thing that I'm because a band I really like is Interpol.
Yeah.
And Interpol, though they are a New York based like band originally, they have a strong love for Mexico, and in particular Mexico City. And like last year they did like a free concert. I guess the actual city itself does these like annual free concerts, and it's big acts. Like, I think at one point, like, fucking Paul McCartney performed. Like, it's big bill. But so it's the 20th anniversary of their Antics album. And so they're doing a pop-up shop in Mexico City, and it's exclusive to there. Like, you can get, it's like a 6 album set, anniversary set. You can get like a white vinyl or red vinyl anniversary set, or you get this exclusive one in this Mexico City pop-up, and then the album is in the colors of the Mexican flag. And I was like, that's the fucking one I want. And so I might be spending some money on that one, because it's the opposite, but similar to what you're saying. It's like, man, like, yeah, there's not gonna be a lot of those. There are multiple versions, and I can easily go buy the red one, which looks beautiful, and it's like $27. Nah, but I need that one. I need that Mexican flag one. That's a color pattern I don't have. I love the fucking album. Like, I gotta get it. Or I need to find someone who's in fucking Mexico City, get it to me, ship it my way.
That's what's up. Nah, like I said, that's one of the first questions her sister asked is like, what's your most expensive record? And I'm like, what I should have told her was, well, so literally the record I paid the most for, I think, was that Mortal Kombat record. I think I paid $100 for it. But really, my most expensive record is, of course, Blonde, because I have an original copy of Blonde.
Yeah, that's your biggie, huh?
I know you don't like it, but the price ranges from $400 to $5,000 on Discogs. It's I don't know if it's still like that, but that was the range for a while. It's like that's wild that record has such value. It's valued so highly because, like I said, so they make so few of them. So
yeah,
that's truly my most expensive record, but it's not what I paid for it. I think I paid $30 plus shipping, or maybe 25 plus shipping.
What a come up.
Yeah, I bought that record on the day it went on sale on Thanksgiving in 2016 or whatever the fuck it went on sale. So that's what that one is.
Yeah, I think recently for me, aside from the one I just literally bought right now in real time, I pre-ordered the latest Cure album that comes out in November. They have, so the option was like black vinyl, white vinyl, or this like silvery gray marble, which I don't have that colorway. So I was like, okay, perfect. Then that's the one I'm going to get. And then recently my wife was talking a lot about Hole. And so we were just like, you know what? I was like, I don't live through this.
Okay.
And then I got a really good, it's fucking beautiful. It's a pink, like pastel-y, slightly translucent, glittery fucking vinyl.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful fucking vinyl. And I think I got that bitch for like $15 or something like that. It was a score.
Big Donnie.
What's up, Donnie?
What up,
sir? The boss.
It's all love in the building, sir. Thank you. We're just bullshitting about records right now, good sir. And Chaufie Cop Hole. And someday you will act like I. Don't think I don't know. Don't think your boy don't know.
Damn, man, he really went there. I also like that this fool fucking sang it like he was singing Lithonia, all emo and shit. All of a sudden, I just imagined T with a little swoop over his eye, with a little lip piercing.
Whew, yeah, not your boy. Man, y'all, that's how funny because you bring up Hole. Courtney Love, of course, just became a grandmother to Tony Hawk's son.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, huh? That like
what? So these are a couple of lineages that have occurred recently. Frances Bean Cobain is I don't know if she's married to, but
yeah, she's married. They recently got married.
Married to Tony Hawk's son. Millie Bobby Brown just got married to John Bon Jovi's son.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
I'm like, this is like the people I came up with is now, of course, they are marrying their kids off, and they are like, I'm like, this is crazy.
The fucking Frances Bean Cobain and is it Ryder? I think it's Ryder.
I don't know, Tony Hawk kid.
Like to know that your grandparents are like your grandfathers are icons.
In their own situations too.
Like they're not just like they shifted their genres. You know, like they're not just like, yeah, he's good at skateboarding. No, he is skateboarding. Like, he wasn't just part of grunge. It's like, nah, he was like the face of grunge. You know, like, the fuck, man. That's crazy.
I love it. I love everything about it, man. I just saw somebody, what did I say? Eminem's about to become a granddad too. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. May I not become a granddad for a very long time.
Yeah. Anyone listening don't have kids? I mean, have kids, but like they cost a lot of money. Just letting you know. Bruh. You could be traveling and eating like mad foreign snacks.
I just had to pay for my child's yearbook. I have my kids' senior pictures here that need to be paid for. Homecoming again is this weekend, so I got to give him bread for that. It is it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Oh, I got to pay for ACT. Guess what? Guess I was taking the ACT cost, y'all.
How much?
$100.
Damn.
Fucking bullshit.
See, that's why I couldn't be buying no fucking Edge controllers, because I know that like this is in my near future.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta save what I can.
It's a wild time. It's a wild time.
I'm trying to look for a second job, man. I'm like, damn, this ain't working out for me. Wait, we got to go back to the fucking buying lotto tickets. Let's revisit that. About to have some hustling kids out here.
It all comes full circle. That was your tea time with this week, people. Hope you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Each week we slide over to the subreddit. Am I the asshole? I grab a few, curate, if you will, some examples of am I the asshole? We decided people are or are not assholes. And it's a delight, always. I promise you, it's a good time. I was doing it before it was cool. And I like that. I was like I said, Vanessa's a sister and kids is over here today. So I guess my niece, if I'm gonna call anything, was like, "Hey man, you do Emma the Assholes?" I go, "I was doing them shits before shit was sweet, my nigga. I want you to know I've been doing it before it was cool."
I was here.
Yeah, for sure. Bro, I'm glad I'm not alone, bro, on this, man, because it's horse apples, my man Donnie, man. I didn't know our kids were the same age, or at least in the same part of the that's dope. Yeah.
And then he said also plus gas, insurance, maintenance. I'm like, fuck, man. That's like right now my son's getting out and about on his like electric scooter. Yeah. And not that long ago, we had to replace one of the tires and some other bullshit. And it came out to like $100-something. And he was like, that's a lot. And I said, yeah, but you're not even driving yet. Like that is maybe an oil change. Maybe because we're not mechanics at all. So you're going to be paying for someone to do it for you. And I was like, now let's talk tires. And so you know how much this shit is going to cost. Like just to drive on the road, we haven't even gotten into insurance. Like, fuck it, man. It's going to suck.
It's a numbers game, but shit don't add up somehow.
Zero.
Anywho, like I said, we get our amateur assholes on. So I'm gonna read y'all a couple of this today. What I'm saying, we will decide who is and who is not an asshole. It's a good time to be had. Here's the first one, or what could be the first one. Am I the asshole for refusing to trade Halloween for Diwali for my children? Am I the asshole for refusing to be the best man at my best friend's wedding, despite knowing that I might be the closest person he has to family in the wedding planning process?
Interesting.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law to practice keeping her opinions to herself because she don't get to say how my kids eat?
Do you say keep her penis to herself?
Opinions.
Oh, okay.
Opinions. I was like, and if it sounds like, hey, I have to listen back to myself sometimes, and my words will get a little.
Okay, because I was like, I mean, hey, I'm not trying to shame anyone. I just wanted to know where we're coming from here. Yeah. Number one, I want to hear about the sister-in-law. I just want to know where that's going. Because just based on title alone, I'm like, you know what? Shut your mouth. But at the same time, maybe your kids be acting up and someone ain't telling them.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law to practice keeping her opinions to herself because she doesn't get a say in how my kids eat? I'm 30 male, a stay-at-home dad. My wife, 29 female, and I have 2 kids together. Our oldest is 4 and our youngest is 18 months. I became the stay-at-home parent when our oldest was born. My brother, 36, is married to a sister-in-law, 39 female. And they have 5 kids together between the ages of 4 and 10. Sister-in-law was stunned when I became the stay-at-home parent versus my wife. She has a more traditional view of marriage and family and believes that mom is more important in the home than the dad, and that the dad is more important as the provider.
She's already the asshole.
Stunned and traditional are her choice of words, just so you're aware. So I always felt like she was more critical of me as a parent. Maybe not in clear ways before now, but her attitude made me feel like she was watching me closely to see if I was good enough. The way my wife and I feed our kids is different than how my sister-in-law and brother feed their kids. Sister-in-law believes in 3 meals a day, no matter what the age, and nothing more or less. She believes that this is the way it has been done for centuries, and it works. factually inaccurate, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, I was like, not sure.
My wife and I approach it differently. We feed the kids smaller, more frequent meals and snacks. Because of this, I carry around lunchboxes for both my kids that have foods they eat throughout the day if we go anywhere. And at home, my wife or I have stuff pre-made and ready to go. This means my kids eat little meals or snacks every 3-ish hours. Not large quantities, but smaller and more frequently than my nieces and nephews. Sister-in-law thinks it's insanity, and she has told me I make more work for myself and claims I'm trying to be different because I'm a dad doing the primary caregiving. She told me I should practice doing things differently. I should practice? Wait a minute. I should practice doing things differently because in the real world, this stuff won't work, and preschool and school won't allow for this, which isn't true.
I literally work in school. I can tell you. No.
With the where we have chosen to send our kids to school, but she doesn't want to hear that. I spoke to my brother about his wife's comments on the choices my wife and I made to feed our kids, and how it's not helpful or needed. He said he knows, but it's just how she is. I told him if she keeps it up, she'll be told to shut up, maybe or maybe not in a nicer way. He just shrugged. I hit the limit. I hit this limit on Friday when sister-in-law saw me with the kids and my dad and father-in-law, the three of us grocery shop together some Fridays. She brought it up out of nowhere because she saw the bag I keep the lunch boxes in. She didn't even see them eat anything, but needed to say something. She told me I should practice better eating habits, and I told her that she should practice keeping her opinions to herself because she doesn't get to say how my kids eat, and she doesn't get to open her big mouth about it every time she sees me now. She stormed off outraged, and there have been multiple texts from her and my brother since. He's mostly just telling me what she's saying, but she is big mad. Am I the asshole? The only reason you're an asshole is because you wrote in knowing you wasn't an asshole. I got rules about that shit. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, this is softball, buddy. Like this one, you just wanted people to pile on this lady. Like, no, you're not the asshole. But I agree with you. You're an asshole for having to post this just to get your ego stroked. Yeah, she's an asshole, straight up. Like,
straight up.
Just I don't even know what to say. Like, she's probably the type of person too that's like, there's only two genders, and I don't like having these bathrooms, tampons in the boys' bathroom. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Those are probably things she probably says. Where I'm gonna just say, you and your fucking 5-kid ass having ass blown out coochie, stop talking. You're an asshole.
Facts. Let's check off some of the comments. Not the asshole. It seems to me that sister-in-law feels personally attacked by a man feeling familiar responsibilities traditionally done by women. Yeah. And from the looks of it, doing a good job of it too. It's her problem, and she's trying to make it yours by nitpicking at your every action. He responded, "Thank you. I do get the sense that she has some personal issue with a dad doing the day-to-day stuff. I'll never understand why it has to be the mom doing that while the dad has to be the provider. Sure, It works for some, but families come in so many shapes and sizes now. It should be about what works best for each family and what's realistic for each family."
Yeah. You know what I appreciate about this guy too? That means his kids aren't acting an ass in public, because people be stretching their kids and then they're hungry and they're cranky and then they're fucking crying and throwing a tantrum on the floor. Whereas this dude's like, I got you. Here's some fucking goldfish. Here's some dried apricots. Like, don't worry about it. I know I'm only listing orange foods. But you get what I'm saying. Here's some cuties. Like, so on and so forth.
We need one more orange food. Have some carrot sticks.
Have some carrot sticks. True. Some fucking bringing up Utz again. The cheese balls. Like, just saying.
See, I was trying to lead it more healthy. That's why I didn't go for
because I want to respect
Cheetos or cheese balls and the like.
I'm respecting diversity here because I don't know their financial standing. Sometimes you get what you get.
Can't always get what you want.
Mm-hmm. Dehydrated squash, possibly. I don't know.
Ugh. What is that a thing?
So it's in some realms. The same people who fucking eat that like dehydrated kale chips and try to tell me it tastes like potato chips. I'm like, shut up. No, it's not.
y'all, if y'all eat dehydrated squash, or if that's a thing you've come across, let your mans know, okay? I need to understand.
Because I know they make like fucking taro chips and shit, right? Isn't that? Oh no, that's
I had taro chips. Taro chips are tasty. You know what I'm saying? But that is a root vegetable. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, oh, I'm wrong.
My lady says root because where she came up at, and it makes me laugh all the time. I say root because I just how I came
did
up.
She say it from the rooter to the tutor?
No, that's how you know it's wild that they say root.
My wife gets super mad at me. How do you say this word? YOLK.
Yolk.
Okay, I say yolk.
You put that L. You make sure that L is present.
I always say yolk. I've just always said it that way, and she gets super mad at me. But that's just one of many things she get mad at me for. So
Vanessa and her entire and her sisters, and there's 4 of them. So they all say coleslaw, but there's an L in there, coleslaw. And I always laugh, like, especially when I hear the rest of them start saying it and they all say it that way. It's coleslaw. I'm like, no, it's coleslaw. There's a whole L that you are just leaving be. But you're right. But you know what? It's an L in yolk. So I get
that's right. Yeah, because then I also say folk, like I say the L in that.
Yeah.
But I also omit quite often the L in school.
Just school.
So I'd be saying school.
Yeah. I don't say school.
Mm.
In fact, you heard how
that was a struggle. You were like
that shit came out of my mouth weird.
Like I'm genetically dispositioned to not pronounce that L.
School, and that's just what it's gonna be, my guy.
But I do say Valentine's, not Valentine's.
Oh, I don't fucking Valentine anyway.
Update, newsflash. Butternut squash chips. How to make them in your dehydrator is a thing.
I don't want that.
No.
I'm the asshole for refusing to be the best man at my best friend's wedding, despite knowing that I might be the closest person he has to family in the wedding planning process.
Yeah, what happened?
Taking that well-written title.
Mm-hmm.
Could this guy possibly be the asshole?
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say no, but based on the title alone, yes.
To dive right in, I've been best friends with Bill, 26 male, not his real name, since college. We've always been more like family, and I love him like a brother. We met as freshmen and were roommates until basically he graduated. I stayed an extra year at that college because I did a co-term. Now, Bill has a rough history with his family. Without getting into much detail, his dad was a terrible person, and that deeply affected Bill's life. His mom was a bit better, but she never stepped in when he needed support, which strained their relationship. This is important because Bill has only invited a few family members to his wedding, just an uncle and aunt who took care of him during high school. Because of this, he's been adamant that I attend. Here's the issue. I don't like Bill's fiance, Amy, 25 female, not her real name. I can't tolerate her at all. Bill and Amy have been together for about 2 years, but their relationship has been on and again, off again. Amy was unfaithful at one point, and although they worked things out, I saw firsthand how much mental torture Bill went through. She's manipulative and somehow came out of the situation scot-free. As a result, I can't stand her. I've made that clear to both Bill and Amy, probably in language that's too explicit for this post. Amy, who dislikes me and holds a grudge because I told Bill to leave her after she cheated. So the feeling is mutual. Anyway, about 3 weeks ago, Bill called me and asked if I could be his best man. He said he really wanted me there because I'm one of the few people he considers family. I want to say yes, but I know that if I'm there, Amy and I will end up in a confrontation. I told Bill I don't think it was a good idea for me to be his best man. Attending the wedding is one thing, but being in the wedding party is another. I can't stand her, but Bill insisted. He told me I might be the only family he has helping him in the process and really needs my support. I explained to him that as much as I love him like a brother, I don't think it's the right decision given the animosity between Amy and I. After about an hour back and forth, he said he understood, but then he asked me again this week. I feel really bad, but I know myself, and if I'm involved, I'm going to ruin this thing. I don't like her, but I don't want to ruin his first wedding for him. The shade.
Yeah. That was unnecessary. You're an asshole.
Yeah. I'm not good at biting my tongue, especially for months of wedding planning. I've asked my own younger brother too, and he also said it was the right call. I feel guilty, but I believe it was the right call. Was I wrong to say no? Am I the asshole? Edit 1. My writing wasn't the best, so I redid it and expanded on a few things. Edit 2. I'm going to keep this short. I've read all of your comments. Let me be clear. This wedding is going to be is going to be hard to watch, as I know how abusive she is. I can see how she basically manipulates him while having separate rules for herself. It has caused fights in the past. I'm going to be there in the wedding. I assume in the venue. Regardless, even if this means being there as a guest. And I thought omitting myself from the best man role may ease tensions. I fear, knowing Amy, that when I do make the speech and I don't mention her or the relationship, it's going to cause a massive fight. It may even cause a fight at the wedding itself. I also am not going to lie to people and say that they are meant to be. They are not. So God damn. So I just won't mention it. Not to mention, if she does try to dominate him in the wedding planning process and I have a seat at the table, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold my tongue and just let her do it in front of me. I'll tell him if he's fine with it. I'll do it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm just going to speak up every time. If he asks me to stay out of it or just shut up, I'll stay out of it. But if she does that, she can fucking stuff it. I'm doing this for him, not them. Edit 3. I also want to.
Yeah, you're an asshole for all these edits, man. Fucking relax.
I also want to be clear that there is some argument about this in the comments. I'm going to be there at the wedding no matter what, but I thought I could be there as a guest to not cause problems. The am I the asshole was about being the best man. Not going to the wedding was never on the table, and I'm going to be there. Okay, we've wrapped this up.
Edit 5.
I'm going to be real with you, bruh. You are the asshole here. I understand you don't like this lady. I understand you don't think these two should be getting married. But this man has asked you twice now to please be with him and help him in his time of need. And you'd be an asshole to not do that. Just facts.
I think he is. I do agree he's an asshole. Yes. But I also think that he is an understandable asshole.
Facts.
Like, because sometimes you got to be fucked up. Yeah. And it's not to be hurtful. Like, his points are valid. Like, I don't agree with this. I do not. I will be there to support you, but I won't be an active participant. Like, that's a healthy relationship. He's telling him what the parameters are. He's giving him his reasons. Sometimes you're going to hear shit you don't like, and you're going to come off as an asshole, and that's a thing for sure. And I mean, the reasons he shared, they're not wrong. You know, like that's very fair. I also think the friend asking him multiple times is an asshole move too. Like,
true. No is a complete sentence, and my man said no. And that should have been, and that truly should have been it.
And then you came back. And so then that stretches it further. You know, some people don't like accountability in their lives. And so she's an asshole too for thinking like everything's supposed to be like all cute and shit. But it's like, nah, I was there when you were when you were treating my man dirty over here. So like, it's just gonna be, at least bare minimum, he's attending the wedding to represent for his buddy. But I think, like, all in all, he probably shouldn't be in it, because if he already knows he wants to fucking fight this lady, it's going to go bad. And it's going to look bad on him because he ruined their wedding. No one will look at it as the bride acted up. It's going to be he acted up. So it's probably better to not, you know? So everyone's an asshole in this one in some form or fashion.
Get up there writing the speech. This bitch cheated on my man, ruined his life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you know, you know, and I know some of y'all do know. In fact, did she cheat with you, my dude?
Right. Exactly. This turns into the fucking moment in Half Baked where he's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck
You're
you.
cool.
You're cool. Like, if that's what I mean, as a spectator, that might be mad entertaining, but at the same time, like, he knows what it is. And also, it sounds like it's going to be a wedding of like 10 people. Yeah, you can't hide in the crowd.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be up front. That's what people are going to be talking about. It's just a bad situation, my man. You and your bride to be just need to go elope, have your own wedding, have a great time.
How long were you with your wife before y'all got married?
Oh, long time. 6 years.
Yeah, see, there's a logic to that. This is 2 years. 2 years, and in that 2 years, she cheated on him.
Yeah.
Dude, don't marry this girl.
That's why homeboy said his first wedding.
He ain't wrong. Not the least bit wrong.
Yeah. But at the same time, too, like, this might be his only wedding, because if he's lived a life of trauma, neglect, like, it's what he knows. He has a broken love language, you know?
Wow. Spit that fire, my guy.
I'm just saying, you know? But, so I don't know. That's a hard one. I feel bad for dude, you know?
Same.
I definitely do. But, oh no, don't marry her, man. Don't marry her. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Am I the asshole for refusing to trade Halloween for Diwali for my children? Taking just that information.
I don't know enough about Diwali aside from when they had a whole episode on it on The Office. But I think being forced to trade one event for another sounds a little asshole-ish.
Children involved are 3 and 4. Born in Canada, so far raised without any religious influence, but neither parent is opposed to it. The father, let's call him Dave, and I have been separated since January 2021. Co-parenting has been rocky at best. The relationship was riddled with emotional abuse. In my opinion, Dave is a textbook narcissist. Having finally settled in court, this is the first year that a custody agreement will be dictated. Custody will dictate the division of holidays, alternating each year. This year, I am entitled to Halloween with our children. Please keep in mind I have no knowledge of what Diwali celebration entails, and I'm going only on what Dave has informed me will take place. Forgive my ignorance or incorrect terms. Additional info on Diwali celebrations are welcome. Okay. Dave approached me in the morning to ask if I would trade years for Halloween. He would take the children this year and I would have them next. Dave explained that Diwali falls on Halloween this year and that his girlfriend celebrates. He stated that children have been invited by her family to join in the celebrations. Dave stated that the children would be picked up from school, travel 20 minutes to their home, where they will have dinner, do puja number 1, and at 5:10 p.m. travel 1 hour to girlfriend's family's home, do puja number 2, have a snack, trick or treat, and go to bed. They would then stay overnight at the girlfriend's family's home to continue the Diwali celebration the following day. Both October 31st and November 1st are my parenting days. Dave has not directly asked to have the children for Friday, but in stating that they will sleep over and the celebration continues, it is presumed. I'm of the opinion that it is great for the children to experience other cultures and religions and welcome their participation in Diwali. However, the children love Halloween. Loved Halloween last year and haven't stopped talking about it since. They picked out their costumes in August and tell everyone willing to listen what they will be. I feel that with the travel and additional celebrations, it may make for a very rushed and tiring Halloween. I don't know how long puja lasts, but that timeline does not appear to allow for much time to trick or treat. I do not want their Halloween experience compromised when they will ask again for another full year. I have offered a solution to Dave that the kids would trick or treat as per usual, but could spend Friday with the girlfriend's family to celebrate Diwali. I also offered to drive the children the hour to their family home, knowing that they will already be there and celebrating. This way, the children could experience both Halloween and Diwali. Dave seems to think that I am trying to control his parenting and it should be a simple trade for Halloween this year for next. I feel that this is not simply a trade for this year and next because the children may miss out on the Halloween experience as a result of the switch. Am I the asshole?
If I heard it correctly, I'm going to say no. Yeah. You're not the asshole. This is the challenge of co-parenting.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, these are her days already on the calendar,
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And these have existed, like they already bought their costumes. Like they're already ready to rock and roll. They've been talking about this since last year and they got their costumes in August.
Yeah.
When he said that she's questioning his parenting, this is not about parenting.
Yeah.
Like this is about you're trying to do this for your girlfriend. So, and you want the kids to be involved. Go hang out with your freaking girlfriend. Have a great time. It's unfortunate that Diwali, which I did look up, is the Hindu festival of lights with various celebrations in other Indian religions. It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. This year it's the 31st to November 1st, but I guess the puja part can take like 5 to 10 days. So it's a really involved event. But these are her days. And if it's not on there next year and it's open to him, because as I've seen with families, I work with a lot of families, and when there's co-parenting, there's a lot of promises and not a lot of follow through. So I'll get him this year. You get him next year. Come on, let's just compromise until next year comes. And it's like, well, that's on you. You had your days last year. You should have took them. Like things don't last that long. We might not be fighting now. We might be fighting later. I don't think you're the asshole. And he may be taking it as an asshole because you're not compromising, but he's questioning your parenting is what it sounds like to me.
She offered what I feel is a very reasonable compromise.
Yes.
So it's that also seems like, buddy, what are you doing? She came with a plan. She didn't even have to do that. She could have just been like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
But she said instead of that, she's like, hold on, let me give you a little possible compromise that even will take me out of my way for a bit to get them out to your girlfriend's people's house. But I'm willing to do that so they can have the Diwali experience, but also celebrate a holiday love that they come to love, Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think he's an asshole. I think he's just being a chump. Because you know what it is. He wants to show his kids off in front of his people to be like, look, I'm a good dad and I'm a decent dad and I'm a good people for your daughter. Yeah. You know what it is, bro.
Yeah. But you say chump, I still say asshole because it's like in my opinion, you're using your children as a prop. And that's not okay. Because
I didn't think he rose to the letter of asshole, but when you say it like that, I can understand. Yes.
Yeah. And so it's like, and then under, like I said, limited knowledge, I just Googled it, so I don't know very much about it. But if it's over multiple days, like as them, because she said in the beginning, they're not a religious family, non-denominational, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, 31st, Halloween with mom. And then if she wants to give up the first and say, listen, so come grab the kids in the morning.
Yeah.
And they can spend the second half because it's clearly 2 days according to the calendar, the 31st and the 1st. I'll take them on the 31st. We will celebrate Halloween. I'll get them home. I'll get them cleaned up. They won't be cranky. Everything will be good. You come grab them in the morning. We're cool.
Yeah.
You don't need them 2 days.
Those are little kids. Halloween for them will be done 6 o'clock.
They about to just walk like around the block. And then they're, because we say one of them's 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Yeah, they ain't doing shit. Yeah. They're going to 7 houses.
and then they'll be knocked the fuck out.
Right. Exactly.
Like they're not even built for a Diwali party yet. They're just not. It's just not.
Take that too. Because aren't they going from one party, then hopping in the car for an hour to go to another? Those kids are gonna be asleep. And then you wake them up, they're gonna be wild
and grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an asshole because he don't know how to raise kids.
Yeah. Now, you know what? Now I am questioning his parenting because this motherfucker probably has the logic too. Eat 3 meals a day, no snacks. You know he ain't packing.
Facts.
You know he's not.
Big facts. Yo, like I said, them kids gonna hit 7, 10 houses max and be like, I'm tired of walking, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, babies, let's get on back to the crib and we'll count up your candy and we'll go to bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, wait, I gotta wait till 9 p.m. to eat, and you want me to eat curry? I'm 4. No.
Curry is fire. So, Indian curry is amazing. Thai curry is amazing. Curry
4
in
and
general,
3
man.
4 and 3-year-olds that don't live in that world might not be their thing.
Facts.
They'd be like, you got chicken nuggies? All right.
I got this brown skin girl who's kids addicted to chicken nuggets.
Call back.
Oh my gosh. Let's take a peek at the comments. Oh, we got a glow in the dark one here. Okay. So this is a group of 3. We'll run through these 3. First comment says, not the asshole. They can celebrate Diwali next year when it doesn't conflict with the pre-existing plans and your parenting plan. Don't let him make you budge on the parenting plan, not even a year into it. Give an inch, a narcissist will take 100 miles. I don't fuck with that. Co-parenting is co-parenting. And when you play by rules of I won't give anything, it just becomes even worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just this go around, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for several reasons. Also their age being one of them. But I don't like this whole don't give an inch. He's a narcissist. Like y'all all fucking learned that word on TikTok and think y'all know what it means. And it's just, he just more seems like, again, just a knucklehead. The OP response, I know I have already given too many inches. Pause.
That's why I was like, chill, yo.
My goal is always to keep the best interests of the children, but he makes that very difficult. And then somebody responds, and this one's a old school glow in the dark comment. It's been a while since we had glow in the dark comments in Am I the Asshole because Reddit changed the way people can do awards. Not the asshole OP. Indian here. Well, thank you.
All right.
1, you are right that it would be too much, and the kids couldn't enjoy both Halloween and Diwali this year. Dave seems to think I'm trying to control his parenting. How? He's trying to impose himself on the kids' time with you. Sounds like the narcissist is blaming the victim of his narcissism. Again, narcissism is an actual fucking condition. I really wish the internet didn't learn that word. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Number 3, your kids are young.
Selfish, not narcissist.
Yeah.
Different.
Your kids are young. Hollywood and trick-or-treating is a kid's jam. Depending upon how Dave's girlfriend's family celebrate Diwali, the kids might have some fun, but sitting through a puja in a language your kids don't understand and asking a 3 and 4-year-old to sit still that long, well, that's not most kids' ideal of fun. I seriously doubt the kids would enjoy being surrounded by a bunch of people they don't know and celebrating a holiday they've never heard of, knowing that they are missing the holiday they have been looking forward to. Dave's plan is not in the best interest of the kids. It's only to make Dave happy.
Yeah. Those kids are going to be mad salty when they hear they ain't doing Halloween.
Yeah. And while being exposed to other religions is nice, it's not like your kids need to be taught and trained in the practice of the religion that neither you nor Dave practice. It's the religious practice of a woman he happens to be dating for, I'm guessing, a matter of months. There's absolutely zero reason for her family celebration to be a priority over your family celebration on your scheduled time. And 5, if Dave's still doing the same thing next year, there will be no scheduled conflict between Halloween and Diwali. If he's not dating her, then going this year wasn't that important either. True. That one, you are correct on.
What I'm just saying is Dave's trying to get a slice. He hasn't had a little nibble yet, so he's like, listen, you 2 kids gotta be my wingman, because I'm trying to give an inch. The long way.
not the short, my dude. Not the short. That was this week's Am I the Asshole? I think an interesting selection. So I hope you enjoyed them listening. If you did, you know what I'm saying, holla at your boy. Like I said, and always, again, if you have an Am I the Asshole you think you want us to get down with, please feel free to send it in. We are more than happy to go over it, check some things out. Let's talk entertainment for a little bit. I don't have a ton on my list, but I do have some. Penguin episode 2 was outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm all the way in on the Penguin. Penguin is holds down the Game of Thrones slot on Sunday nights on HBO, and if you or Max if you have Max, and you should be watching Penguin.
Penguin really it scratches a couple itches. It scratches like a Scorsese type itch in the sort of how the characters are developing, and also Sopranos type itch. Like it's got that mobster vibe, but it's still in the Batman world or like universe. So it does have a little bit of that like fantasy feel to it in a way, even though it's very, very grounded.
Yeah.
But just out the gates, like the Penguin himself was Colin Farrell with all his prosthetics and whatnot. Maybe a little leaning too much in the James Gandolfini realm. But overall, he's fucking killing it. And then I don't know the actress's name, who she's the Hangman, and what's her mobster name? Like she's playing that shit real well. But all around, everyone is just like, even the assistant, like how all the characters are developing and coming through. It's a really nice projection.
Yeah.
I also like that we're not doing the old school, like Batman is notorious for origin stories.
Yeah.
And we're not doing origin. We're jumping right into this, and we're just seeing basically the origin of this story arc and not the origin of the Penguin, you know?
Yeah.
It's good, and it's got some good twists. The acting is fucking great. The fucking action is awesome. Like I'm really hype off this show. It exceeded my expectations.
Kristen Milotti, who oddly enough played the mother on How I Met Your Mother. You don't remember that?
I never watched it.
Who not you per se
No.
is who plays the female lead, if you will. She's the mob's big sister, and fun character, fun to see where that's going, and it's fun to see how I'm excited. They talked about the Riddler this last time, and I was like, ooh, okay.
And I think in the first episode too, she's Sophia Falcone. Falcone.
Yeah.
And they actually brought up Riddler in episode 1 as well. It's like it's hanging in the background. So then I'm like, when are we gonna get some Riddler? Like what's happening here?
Talking about that. I'm saying that Riddler Batman action at some point, you know what I'm saying? Just a little sprinkle, just a taste. That's all I need, baby. What else am I on? Agatha All Alone. Also, God.
I haven't watched episode 4 yet.
Is it out? Oh yeah, I guess when it came out today, wouldn't it?
Or Wednesdays.
It comes out like late though.
True. Yeah.
So that'll be on me. I'm off tomorrow. Fuck yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I gotta go to eye doctor, but maybe me and Vanessa can watch that one early and get that taken care of.
I really recommend listening to the For All Nerds podcast. Okay. They do episode recaps of Agatha All Along, and if you enjoy this type of dialogue, that's how they construct that show. It's nice. They do a great job. And Ben Hameen's not participating in the review. It's Tatiana and another person. I can't remember her name right now, but they're fucking killing it in the breakdowns of the episodes. So highly recommend listening to For All Nerds as well. Just in general, you should be subscribed to Stays Crunchy and Milk. You should be subscribed to Cadillac on Mars. You should be subscribed to For All Nerds. Great show.
You heard it from the man himself. That's what's up. I also have, of course, I'm watching the great British Bake Off because that is back. Y'all. It's so good. It's so fucking good. And I'm like, right, this is what I need, man. I just need a bake off. It's the perfect time of year for it. It's be rolling. They doing the dang thing. I've only seen episode 1. I was actually going to watch episode 2 today, but I actually needed to get the episode edited that goes up tomorrow of us reviewing episode 1. Good time. I think you're gonna enjoy that episode. It's a lot of fun, and that whole episode, the episode that they recorded, actually was a whole lot of fun. That's on Netflix everywhere in the world, with the exception of in the UK where it is on Channel 4. This thing popped up today, bruh. Did I send that link in the chat? Did I send y'all a short movie in the chat today?
Yeah, that weird the lady who was like doing threesomes.
Yes. I bumped into a trailer on Instagram today that was just like, hit the bio for the link. And I'm like, cool. And it is called Kiwi. 12-minute short. Absolutely fantastic. Like Chaufie said, a little threesome kind of situation, but so much more than that. I will
definitely.
I will leave you a link in the show notes. I found it to be fascinating, a whole lot of fun. And then I sent to Vanessa. Me and Vanessa were discussing it, and I was like, what I think is hilarious about this is a white woman listening to Steve Harvey. To Steve Harvey's book. The very ideal of it made me laugh so hard.
And the fact that too, like how problematic Steve Harvey is in his ideology. So it's like that's where you're fighting her change in life and motivation. I was like, just in the first two, it could have stopped there, and that would have been it. That shit had me fucked up.
Yeah. So just a little short. That's on Vimeo. Well shot, a good time. I watched it on my phone. I actually probably should try to. Does Vimeo have like a TV app? Can I watch Vimeo on the TV? Same. So I don't know if Vimeo works on the TV. Maybe I can try to watch on the TV on the big screen and see if it's any better or worse in that format. But it was a whole lot of fun, y'all. And I really think I really want to make sure I shared it with you guys. I have not played a game at all. I'm stuck on the level in Astro that has me frustrated in a way that I'm like, I don't have to be bothered. I want to finish Super Paper Mario before I jump into Zelda, but also I'm at the end, and Nintendo games get notoriously difficult at the end of theirs. You end up fighting a bunch, you end up doing a boss rush, and it's just gonna piss me off if I can't get through it. So I'm not really doing that right now.
What level are you stuck on in Astro?
Final one, the gold, whatever. Yeah.
Because right now I'm just in the second world.
Okay.
And I actually, you know how there's the 4 levels pop up where you're going through the triangles?
Yep, the challenge levels. Yep.
Yeah, and so I got real hung up on those, especially the one where you had to jump and the glass would break. Yeah. Man, I was pissed.
There is one that was so hard until it wasn't. That's the worst part about it. That it's just going to have you. I don't throw controllers. I'm never that kind of angry, but it definitely will have you set the controller down and be like, you sit down, Astro.
Yeah.
You chill for a moment. Those challenge levels are indeed challenging, but in a way that is so fair.
Yeah.
You know that the fuck up was yours.
Yes, because I was just about to say, I knew like they're not. It's a game of patience, and as you do the challenge level, or as I do the challenge levels, once I figured out the pattern, I try to fucking rush it.
Yes.
You can't do that. Some stuff is slow your ass down and wait. And that's what was getting me there. I definitely want to get back into it. I just haven't, like I mentioned earlier, I just haven't had the time.
Same. Like I said, I got these games right here on my desk that I want to get down with. I want to get back into Fortnite because I was having a good time with that Fortnite season. I've enjoyed the Marvel stuff. I do play Monopoly Go daily. Currently, they're in the middle of their Marvel event, which is a good time. So, still play Monopoly. I get my Pokemon Go on some. I finally hit level 41.
Oh, tight.
That shit is involved.
Yeah, because you have to now. It's not just leveling up; it's the challenges too, right?
Yeah, and in that case, I had to catch 200 Pokemon in a day.
How?
I started it like the night me and Vanessa were talking about it. We were like, all right, we're going to do this in one day. And so basically we just stayed up late and we started catching everything that was around us, like at midnight, everything just around the house. You know what I'm
saying? Okay.
So that way we kind of had a start. And then we drove to a couple of parks. We went to this one little area that we know around here. It has like three, 4 Pokestops around it. And so we went there and set lures on all of them and just let them just fed. You know what I'm saying? It just kept rocking them shits. And so it did take a while, but we did get through that. Damn. And so that was one of them. Another is like make so many excellent throws and actually gotten pretty decent throwing excellent. So I'm not too terrible at that one now. And just, working through Pokemon, I still have fun. I don't play it hard, but that day we played it hard. And that was kind of dope.
Yeah, I'm looking at my screen right now, and it's like I'm at 3 million. I need 6 million. Power up legendary or mythical 20 times. I've only done it 8 times. I don't hit a lot of raids in general, so of the 30, I've only done 5.
That was the thing that was the one that took me long to do the 30 raids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then and catch Pokemon in 200 in a single day, and I legit have today I only caught 2.
Yeah. So it's just like keep putting in that effort. I've been working on. So I have I've had those challenges that are sitting in there forever.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that the professor gives you.
Yeah.
And so I've been working on. I had been working on trying to beat the Team Rocket leaders,
Mm-hmm.
and I finally beat Giovanni. And
Okay.
It took me a while. And it took me powering up a couple particular Pokemon to get through it, but I finally did that.
Yeah, that can be a real big challenge. Cause like I was just looking at those too. Those I tend to like study them over the weekend to be like, what can I tackle? Like
Oh shit. Got two 12Ks about to hatch.
nice. Yeah, like right now I'm sitting on I gotta for the masterwork research, I gotta catch 300 Pokemon and make 100 curveball throws. The Galar calling 88 Pokemon I need to catch. I just haven't been doing a lot of catching.
Yeah.
The one what I don't really understand is like the new maxing thing, like
Yeah,
the
it's just
red.
dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. So I still got to collect the MP for that, but I need enough candies to power up the other ones to use the power I have. A lot of them are just simple dumb stuff I just need to get around to.
Yeah.
But I'm still sitting on the Arlo Cliff Sierra,
Yeah.
and I did finally exchange a gift with Mateo at the end of a route today.
I did a route and I didn't see Mateo anywhere. So I
Now,
couldn't give him.
had you already exchanged with Mateo?
No, I've never seen Mateo. I don't know how to do the Mateo thing. So what
Okay,
needs to occur?
so okay, you do the route, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you do, do not complete the route. Make sure you are at the end.
Yeah.
Because if you get to the end, so I fucked up the other day and I saw Mateo at the end, and then it gave me the option to complete the route. And so I completed it and he went away. And I was like, fuck, because you closed it. So as you get closer, he will pop up like how the grunts or the leaders kind of stand by the Pokestop.
Yeah.
He just stands by the Pokestop, you tap on him, and then it'll go through some prompts and you would just exchange gifts.
See, because Vanessa was like, I saw him and I'm like, I think I just closed the route, like you said, and didn't get the option to. So don't close the route when you finish it. Wait to see Mateo and then okay.
And you have to be, at least when it popped for me, I was in like, what is it, like 4 meters or whatever. Like I was like that close, basically. And then he like appeared. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, I had fucked it up the other day because I was like, I really got to get these going. And sometimes there's like a park right by my school. And so I'll be like, hey, I just need to take like a little mental break right now. So I'll walk to the park and back. And it's like a 5-minute walk. And I was like, oh shit, there's routes here. So I was like, let me do a route. And that's where I knew I like fucked that one up. So, also like the party challenges. Have you done any of those?
No, I don't even know how to do those.
Yeah. Okay. So there's parties, right? But I've never done, I don't even know if they're still around. I think they're one of the right-hand badges or something like that. And basically it's like teaming up online or something.
Okay.
But I've just never done them. I'm like, I don't know how to do this shit.
Well, my 12K eggs gave me a Salandit. I didn't have one of those. And a Pawnyard, which I didn't have either. So I got 2 I didn't have before. So that's what's
Did they ever open it up where you can trade like
cross distance? No, you got to be in a room.
Damn. Because I remember that was like a thing talked about a while back where I was like, oh, it's coming. And then it just never did.
Yeah.
Damn.
Throw a couple of eggs in the damn incubators. That's what's up.
Oh, damn. We really got into Pokemon GO right now, huh?
Hey, man. I'm just saying. A little Pokemon GO trap. But that's everything. Like I said, I've been on. What have you been watching anything or playing anything so on for you?
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of in between Astrobot, but really haven't like been playing much because I've just been like chilling, Honestly, the thing I've been doing the most is getting home and then helping one or both of my kids with their homework. So I am relearning Algebra 2. I'm relearning Algebra 1. I'm also crafting my writing skills because these are all the things my kids are working on consistently, where I'm like, listen, I get paid to go to school. I don't want to do it for free at home. So if you guys could learn, that would be great. I don't want to help you, but I do help them.
Yeah. I love that in you. So that's good. That's good stuff. There you go. That was our entertainment selection for the week. Hope you enjoyed that. It's a pretty solid Pokemon Go talk right there. So
I think
what's
so.
up in these streets, baby. Mm-hmm. You know what it is. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. If you want to email us, we're at podcast@stagecrunchyandmilk.com. Love to hear from you there. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us over on Instagram. Need them YouTube follows, y'all. I'm building. We building. I had a goal in September to get to 50. We got to the 50. And so now I guess I should probably make a goal to get to 100 in October. That seems a lot. Let's aim for 75. 25 more of our followers. There we go. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? Please follow. You could be watching us live right now if you follow our YouTube. And if you want to watch us later with a little bit of editing, if I have to, I don't think I have to edit anything out of this particular one. I don't think we've had any long pause or anything, so it's probably going to sound just the same. But just in case, it's a better looking one ever so slightly because this is the stream version. You know what I'm saying? It's like both is depending on me and Charlie's internet, so it's not going to be as full fat as the downloaded version of the show and so forth. But hey, you got options. Yes. Consider, like I said, join us over there. If you want to support the show financially, you got a few bucks toss away. Consider joining us on Patreon with members of the $5 tier. Get extra content each month and early access to new shows. You also have merch over at tpublic.com/user/StageCrunchyMilk, all one word. Feel free to give us a call, 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you. You know I want to hear from you because Google hit me up today and was like, hey, man, you still use this number? That's how long it's been since we heard from y'all on the phone.
Y'all heard?
Y'all are actually pretty good about communicating on other means, which is pretty dope. So that's what's up. Yeah, I believe that is it. Our missing man is the 216 zone, Tatum 216. It's the eBay Emperor Lunchbox 2099. This is my homeboy Chaufie. He is L Chaufie on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
CHAUFIE.
We kind of don't fuck with Twitter no more.
Yeah, it mostly just lives with like our own personal chat group. I mean, you can hit me up there, but where you can mostly find me is just posting mad stories in the Instagram, and that's just Chaufie, CHAUFIE. You can hit me up there. Same with we also got our Cadillac on Mars Twitter and our Cadillac on Mars Instagram as well.
There you go. The man has told you. And so that's where you want to slide out and hang out with my man. Every now and again, you see pictures of his car. It's dope.
Yeah, straight up.
Where you see his kid do a sick kickflip on the board.
Concert footage.
So forth. Yeah, lots of good times to be had there. If you follow Chaufie, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you will see a lot of Southern California for sure.
Gabe said they're headed to California sooner than later. He's like, maybe I'll get to meet him. I'm like, maybe. So
yeah, as T says, mayhaps.
I am the Internet Saber 713. Don't make me push you into traffic. We'll see you again next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.